7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm like, well, holy shit, that was crazy. Wait for it. Thick and slick.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, the most uninformed moto podcast on the interwebs. We are on episode number 188. Thanks for joining us today. We are going to we're going to be wrapping up Anaheim 2 Supercross. We're going to be calling up the one and only Kevin Moranz and getting him on the line to talk about his race. We were supposed to have Ryan Surratt on for anybody who hasn't watched the race yet. Spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1, here we go. He hit the ground in the LCQ, so he is rehabbing himself to try to be ready for next week.
He tweaked his shoulder.
I don't remember what he said.
It's either shoulder or his arm, but I think it was his shoulder.
I have to look at the text. So anyway, so we were going to have him on, but, stuff happened, so whatever. But anyway, I am here in studio with the normal co-host, the OG, the guy who's been here, we won't say 60% of the time. 60% of the time, he's right all the time. Giggity. The one, the only, Justin Hartzell. Hi, buddy.
What's up, man?
We've been hanging out for a while, so this isn't really... he's been here all afternoon helping me do some work. So, so anyway, Cole is coaling things, doing Cole Ugeti things. So anyway, so he is... we're going to call him here and get his thoughts on some stuff. Basically, I'm just going to call him, talk a whole bunch of shit here.
Because we crushed him in fantasy.
That too, but
also crushed Wyman.
Also because he's not here.
Oh, yeah, Supercross.
Because you poked holes in his story, because earlier it was he was on the road, and then you got here and you were like, bro, he texted me like an hour ago and said that, oh, you guys closed the West Main store.
Yeah.
So, on the road, okay.
Yeah, whatever, though. We got more important shit to worry about.
We'll poke some holes in that. Before we get started, we want to thank our sponsors. So first off, our presenting sponsors. First up, Energy Fuel. Best fucking drink out there. Keep yourself fueled, energized, and strong from start to finish. Pick yours up today at CoachRobStore.com. I got to text Coach and remind him we need some of that.
We do.
Also on board with us here, helping present the show, Premier Custom Trailers. If you need a trailer, commercial or residential, Premier Custom Trailers has what you need. They work with the best manufacturers in the industry, specialize in all your trailer needs, sales, service, parts, or rentals. They do it all. PremierCustomTrailers.com, located 5 minutes south of Kalamazoo on US 131 in Schoolcraft, Michigan. They put the custom in customer service. God, let me correct that there because I fucking... always read that wrong.
Sponsor read's getting long.
Sponsor read's getting long. Well, it's going to be relatively short here because I'm only reading the presenting sponsors at the beginning now. Yeah. So anyway, also our final presenting sponsor, been with us since the beginning, mostly because it's my own company, TLR Coatings, Michigan's #1 custom powder coating shop. From two-tone wheels to motorcycle frames to small batch production jobs, TLR Coatings will powder coat anything metal the right way. Looking for some custom Cerakoting? We do that too. TLR Coatings, serving Southwest Michigan and the surrounding areas for over 5 years. Check them out at tlrcoatings.com or on all social media networks at TLR Coatings. And if you want to see our work in action and you're going to the races, make sure to stop by the number 57's paddock and check out his swing arms, his linkages.
That's a nice word. Use that word.
Powder coated by TLR Coatings.
Also, look at that really, really cool Easy Up with the Moto Aftermath logo. That's in every one of his videos.
Everyone.
Sater's killing it with that.
Hell yeah. So also on board with us sponsor-wise, we have Holester Co, we have JT Cycle, we have Gutter Works, we have the Dirt Bike Depot, Alias Sport, Adept Creative Co, Isaac Nelson Design, and Clutch Media. So thanks to all them for helping get this show off the ground and going. If you want to pick up any merch or help support us, there are Amazon links, merch links, Patreon links in the description down below. Shout out to Kurtis Hodges for still being our #1 and only patron right now.
Thank you.
Actually, I probably owe him another shirt here, so I should get a hold of him, or I should send that out soon too. If I do owe you stuff or you have won something, #1, make sure to contact us because some of you guys haven't. For the fantasy stuff, and B, I do have everything that I think I owe people right now for people who have contacted me boxed up going out this week. So we're working on it. I just don't always get to the post office. So anyway, as always, if you really want to help us out, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. And you can, if you want to listen instead of watch, podcast on SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and Google Podcast.
You guys are killing it with the comments lately and all the videos. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much.
You are. Numbers are up on pretty much everything at this point.
The comments are really up, too.
Comments are up a lot, too. So thank you all for doing that. We really, really appreciate it. Okay. So getting into A2 here. Before we get Cole on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, he just texted us. What time you ringing?
You did?
Yeah, let me text him back here. Great radio. 2 minutes. Okay. Let's you and I talk futures here, because you're a little more adept to the amateur stuff. Dude, these things are fucking boring at this point. Like, where the fuck are all the good guys? I was a little excited with Gavin Towers yesterday, and then I watched the first qualifying thing or practice or whatever the fuck it was, and I was like, wow, this sucks so bad.
Well, so here's the thing. So we all know that Ryder D cleaned up in both of these rounds, and everybody's got to remember Ryder D, he's had that pro circuit ride. He's been the Team Green hot shoot for a long time. Like, it was Jet Reynolds and him, but really he's had the most emphasis on him probably since AC. Like, we had Faulkner in there, but I'm talking about as far as like the mantle was handed off. So Ryder D's been around this whole program for a long time. He literally rides Supercross pretty much every day at this point. He's at State Fair. He's at the Cowie Test Track. He's at Paula.
Yeah.
You know, he's everywhere. Whereas, like, Gavin Towers, who is the Rock River Yamaha, which I think he should, like, no disrespect to Matt LeBlanc, I think he should be the next star guy. He just started riding Supercross. He doesn't live in California. Like, he's been in He's not been in California. He's been on the East Coast. He just did a race right before, I think, wintertime at GPF. Brad West, same thing. Like, a lot of these guys, Luke Kalatzian, a lot of them don't put the sole like, some of these guys already have their Supercross license from Minios. Like, that's the thing. I had heard this today. A lot of people have been asking, well, where are the star guys? Where's Romano? Where's LeBlanc? Where's Deegan?
That's
well, we also know
know.
Deegan. He's in B class, so he can't do it.
Deegan's out. But
Romano
and
LeBlanc already got their points at Minios, but the last thing I heard is you might see Romano at the Minneapolis one. But they don't really need to do it because they already got their points at Minios. Ryder D is the only one out of these big names that is doing them because he wasn't at Minios. He didn't get his points. But like Gavin Towers, Brad West, Luke Kalatzian, they all got theirs at Minios. So they're kind of going, well, what's the point? Like, we already have them. We don't need to go do this, take a chance of getting hurt, because a lot of these guys aren't going pro until next year in Supercross and stuff.
Let's just mark this down as another awesome way that the sport is just completely fucked up.
I will say, and I don't think it's going to happen because I think they're just going to do it by basically contractual obligation. I would have loved to seen Romano, Hymas, and Ryder D match up because those are the only three guys that actually I know that have spent a lot of time on Supercross track. Like, because obviously Romano, he's just getting over an injury actually right now. He's at the Goat Farm riding Supercross with Dylan and Eli and Deegan and all them. Ryder D's out in California. Hymas, we know, rides at the Honda test track like all the time. You know, so it does shock me a little bit that he is that far. Like, the 4 seconds over Towers was a little surprising to me. And actually, I think Brad West, like, was probably the second best guy of that group. But I didn't see the 4 seconds thing coming. But you got to remember, though, too, like I said, Towers, as far as I know, has not spent a whole bunch of time on Supercross. Ryder D's been riding Supercross pretty much since last year.
Yeah.
So I think it's stupid the way they're doing this. But I'm not really shocked that he's beating these guys. And this is the last time you'll see Ryder D. You won't see Ryder D again at these futures. Like, he's done. Like, he just got his points. He's out. He's not going to go to another one. He's done.
He's
That's
not
it.
going to the end of the season.
As far as I've heard, now maybe I'm wrong and maybe my information is different, but as far as I know, no, you won't see him again at a future race.
See, this is where it's so dumb because it's like, okay, you're playing this as, and I know it's mostly us hardcore people that are watching the practice show.
Yeah.
But you're playing this as, it's going to be a national championship at what's it called? At Salt Lake City.
Yep.
And
then
then
a lot of them are
it's going to be all these guys that are getting beat by 30-some seconds.
It's going to be pretty much the dude.
Stupid.
Whoever the dude, I don't know who it was. Some of the names, like the only ones that I knew, obviously, was Ryder D, Brad West, Towers, Kalatzian, and Chase Yenser. I didn't know any of these other dudes. Like the dude that got fifth, the Moreno kid.
Yeah.
And he only got fifth because Brad West went down. I don't know who the hell that kid
Look,
is.
here's the thing. I'm training Supercross, and I'm gonna go win a Supercross title, amateur Supercross title next year.
The thing that I find funny though is people are talking about like what this is doing and like is it working or whatever. Well, we've already seen the last couple weekends that just going and riding, like, hey, we're just going to throw you out on the Supercross track. And at least they're actually riding the legit Supercross track instead of the bullshit they were doing 2 years ago, where they were the tamed down version, which is like what they used to do with the arena cross stuff.
Yeah.
We've already seen that just because you've gone out and you've raced one of these races on a Supercross track and had a total of, 25 minutes on the track, that it's not working. And this is not a shot at this kid. I don't know who he is. The Nicholas Nisbet kid. The kid who went to the first round and got yarded, and then he decided to show up at San Diego, and he's done the last 2 rounds. He's been in the C group. He made the night show once.
Yep.
And he was the 40th fastest guy, and he went to the LCQ, and he got like 13th.
Yep.
Bro, it's not enough to just go out and ride these futures. Even if you went to every round, it's not enough.
It just shows how broken the system is to the
like
point
even
of,
Ryder
like,
D.
We don't have infrastructure for this.
Even Ryder D, like you go off his times of like his best time in the I think it was in the second practice. I think he threw down like a 108.1 or something.
Yeah.
That would have put him still though like 19th fastest in the 250 group. Which don't get me wrong, that's good, especially as young as Ryder D is. But it proves though, just because you're a kid of Ryder D's stature, you ride with these guys all the time during the week. You ride with Joe. You ride with Seth. You ride with Jet. You ride with all these guys. That just doing a couple rounds on a Supercross track doesn't make you ready for it, though. Because then if you look at the way he was in the race, yeah, maybe he would have made the main had he done these rounds. But he'd have been like 19th, 20th in the main.
Yeah.
That's not being ready as a factory guy. Now, if you're somebody in that Nicholas Nisbet kid's case, you make it the main. That's a big deal. But somebody like Ryder D, who's got a lot of emphasis on him moving forward, like he's the next hot shoe for Cowie. Getting 19th in a 250 main is not good.
Now, let me ask you this. I know you're not a Deegan guy, but with the upbringing that we've seen, the emphasis on Supercross, we all know Brian built a really tamed down Supercross track for him since he's been on 65s essentially, and just has built it up as it's come up, and to the point where like we've seen the last 3 years, he's got a full-blown Supercross track at the house,
and now he rides it to go farm all the
time.
Yeah,
now he's riding basically with the star guys every day, and really hitting Supercross. Do we think he'll? I know you're not a Deegan guy. We have talked about this at
on
length.
and off. Yes,
all of you guys are hating on him, and I'm like, well, this to me seems like the test of like, okay, if you want to bring a kid up in Supercross, this is how you would do it. Is this going to fucking work?
I think I'll say this right now, and I think we even talked about this a couple months ago, and I think I even made this comment, whether I can't remember if it was on camera or off. I think he'll have a better Supercross career than he will outdoors. I'll just say this right now. You know who he's going to... This is who I think he's going to end up being, and which we're finding out this year is not a bad look. Carson Mumford. I think he's going to be like Carson Mumford, because Carson Mumford was the same way, riding a Supercross track since he was on 85s, riding with a lot of these dudes, and then they slowly built it up more and more as he got onto the 250Fs, and then as before he went pro. I think Hayden Deegan, if you look back at his career, and who knows what he'll do, like maybe he'll turn out well, I think you'll look back and he'll do better in Supercross than he will outdoors, because I think with a natural talented kid like that, we know that Supercross comes easy for naturally talented people. Just they know how to position their body. They know how to anticipate things. I think Hayden Deegan, I think his career in Supercross will be like Carson Mumford's, which right now, not that bad. Carson's doing a lot better this year than a lot of us thought he was going to do. I don't think if you're asking me in the long run, do I think he'll ever win a championship? No. I don't think so. And I think outdoors, he's not going to do that good. I don't think so. But
outdoors, no, I don't think.
I think his Supercross career. I think his Supercross career will be a lot better, because as much as I don't like the kid, I love his dad, Brian. I think Brian is one of the most influential figures we've ever had in motocross, action sports, even not just outside of moto. But I just don't. I've never been on the hype train with him. I think this kid he's gonna start. He's winning more and more. He's won a lot. I think when he goes pro, and especially it's gonna even hurt him worse if he does really good his first race. I think he is one of those kids that I could see that the hype and the success is going to go to his head, and he's not going to be able to handle it. Because let's be real.
I don't know, though, about that, man. Do you think... I mean...
Because I think Brian's going to take a step back when he goes pro. And he's even said he's going to take a step back.
He's a bigger influence...
But he's cocky.
And we don't have to go too much farther in this. He's a bigger influence right now than anyone in the 250 class.
But he's cocky,
other than Jet.
No, I think he's going to let it get to him in the sense that he's cocky, dude. Like, I told you about the whole thing that happened with Evan Ferry a couple years at Minios. Like, and Brian had to be like, no, we don't do things that way. I just think the kid's cocky, and I could see that he's going to let it get to his head.
Well,
I just do. And it's not me trying to hate on the kid. I'm just looking at it going, I see stuff in him when he does his videos and the way he holds himself. And I get the vibes that he is going to be one of those kids that fame is not going to be good to him.
Yeah. Well,
It's
we'll
just
see.
not.
We'll see what happens.
I hope he succeeds, though. I hope one of these kids succeed,
Yeah.
whether I like you or not. I hope everybody succeeds. I think he's going to be one of those kids. Unlike Jet, I don't think he's going to be able to handle the fame and the success.
Maybe not. I don't know. I think he's the next 250 star after Jet. I think you got Jet, and then Deegan.
Are you
will come
talking
up
about
in a
as
couple.
far as like the social media side? Because you're not
I
talking
think-
results
I think,
side.
I
Are
think
you?
all popularity. I don't know. I'm not convinced. I'm not on the train that you guys are that he's going to suck ass.
I'm
when
not
he
saying
gets
he's going to
into the
suck
pros.
ass, but I know that Romano has been better than him at the goat farm.
Maybe.
So, like, I can agree with the social media aspect, but the
Yeah.
results, I'll just say I don't think everyone's
But
championship.
there's a big difference between riding at the goat farm and riding at what's it called? And I feel like Hayden is more used to being under that spotlight than what a lot of these other kids are
Yeah.
because of the social media aspect he's had his whole life here.
and maybe so.
And I think that will help. But I
Maybe.
don't know.
I mean, we're gonna find
Only
out-
time will tell on
we're gonna
this.
find out in a year and a half.
I'm not gonna sit here and argue.
Yeah,
like,
no.
like I would with other things with
yeah,
you.
we're going to find
So-
out. Well, like I said, we're going to find out in a year and a half. So,
All right, let's call Cole here. 450 wrap up here, brought to you by our friends over at JT Cycle. JT Cycle, serving Battle Creek, Michigan for over 30 years. Stop in to check out their full selection of Beta, Gas, Husky, and Suzuki motorcycles and power sports products. Need something for around the house to help keep things nice and trimmed up? They have that too, with a full lineup of Echo, Aaron's, Gravely, and Simplicity. Visit jtcycle.com or follow them on Instagram at jtcyclebc.
what's
Cole,
that noise?
turn your fucking TV down.
You can't hear that.
Yes, we can. What are you watching?
I think he's watching. He's watching the broadcast.
I'm watching the race, dude. I haven't even got to watch it yet.
What?
Where have you been?
Where you been going, man?
I was. We'll get into it.
Okay.
First off, you're a liar. You have not been on the road. You got busted.
Bullshit, dude. I went to Grand Rapids at 8:00 yesterday, and then I stayed the night in Grand Rapids, and then I got
Hold-
up today
wait,
and
wait,
drove
wait.
all the way to Holland, and then Holland all the way back.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You were in Grand Rapids, and Grand Rapids is 45 minutes away.
But I also went from Grand Rapids to Holland, and then from Holland back home 8. Didn't get home till 5.
Just
To be honest with you, I didn't want to get in the car and drive.
Let's just get on with the
30
show.
minutes.
Let's just get on with the show.
Yeah.
So wait till I tell Cooksey, man. He is
I
just
know.
going to light your world up
Let's just get on with the show.
about your
Yeah,
commitment level.
Wait, Cole,
But I'm still on the phone with you.
Cole,
right now, giving
Cole,
you-
Oh,
how
boy.
far are you into the race?
I'm in 450 LCQs.
Oh God, this
So-
is going to be this isn't going to work because we're about to talk
So yeah,
450s here.
how do you want to do this then, bud? Because like, how are we going to talk about the mains if you haven't watched it yet? Like, I'm legitimately asking, how do you want to do this?
Okay, well, I watch bits and pieces.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
No, like
I got
I'm
enough-
not trying to
I've got
spoil
enough
things
points
for
to-
you. I'm not trying to spoil things for you. That's why, like, I'm legitimately asking. I'm not trying to be a dick.
Because if Justin
Oh,
hadn't
no,
watched the
no,
race,
no.
Justin would not
I
be
looked
even
at
talking
some-
to us right now.
Yeah, I looked at some Twitter and some stuff like
Okay.
that, so we're good.
That's what I just want to
But-
know because, like, I didn't want to spoil anything for you, and then, like, because I wasn't trying to be a dick. I was being serious.
Oh, no, you're good. I'm just, I can, my commitment level will show because I'm
Okay.
still going to contribute key points over
Okay.
the phone.
All right, cool.
We'll see. All right.
So are we going 250 or 450
We're
first?
starting with the 450s. If you
Okay,
listen
yeah.
to my read, you would
Yep.
know that the
Look, man.
450s brought to you by our friends at JT Cycle. All right, so let's start off with our big winner of the night, the number 3 ET3 Eli Tomac.
Eli, phone home.
Goes out, wins the main, looked good
Mm-hmm.
all day. Decent starts all day. Yeah, I mean, shoot.
Kind of a track that shouldn't surprise us that he would win at.
No.
Well,
Nope, go ahead, Cole.
can I point something out for you guys?
Sure.
Go ahead.
All three of you shit all over him, said he would be no good, shitty.
Whoa, whoa.
And who-
Whoa.
who said-
Pump the brakes.
Whoa, I called him for a win at
Rob,
A1.
you,
Pump the brakes,
Rob,
Turbo.
And Travis.
I called him for a win at
pump the
A1.
brakes.
Whoa. Actually, that's bullshit. Travis will even tell you what I said about Eli.
We said that if he had this new bike figured out and did something decent in January, the boys were in trouble.
Yeah. And you know that for
I
me
said they
that's
were in
hard to say
trouble all
because
along.
you know for me that's hard to say because I absolutely despise the
Because
Eli Tomac
I
people.
wasn't convinced that they would have the bike figured out, but
I also said this is a rejuvenated Eli Tomac in my opinion, and I think he keeps wanting to. I think he wants to keep winning.
they have the bike figured out. He looks like he's having fun.
He is having fun.
They're in trouble.
Yeah,
Well, like the heat race, he was the only one doing that 3-3 line into the elevated corner,
Which
He
we
was
found out
turning
really
down in
wasn't
the corners. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't really much faster, but for him, even if it's the same, like he thinks that line is more fun maybe because he was bouncing into it, like bouncing off the wall and getting back to the right side of the whoops. Like that's when you're having fun riding, doing shit like that.
Yeah.
when I saw the, I've said this before, the track map, I really don't give a shit what the track map says anymore. I mean, we're supposed to have 2 sets of whoops and they completely took it out.
Yeah.
So I don't say anything until I see like Instagram videos or like press day videos. But like when we actually got a chance to see how the track was going to lay out and just the way the rhythm sections flowed, we shouldn't be surprised that a track like this would suit Eli. Very jumpy, one of those things, not huge transitions. Are you going to be comfortable pushing in a little bit deeper into the face to, separate yourself? A lot of just slamming in, trying to soak up stuff that fits Eli, a guy that is very upper body, his tendencies from his upper body. He slams the bike around, something that where he can go longer into the main and not tire out because we know how strong he is. And that just, a track like that doesn't surprise me that he won on because throughout his entire Supercross career, tracks like this, he's always done well at. It's just something that separates him from everybody else with the way he rides the bike, and especially the new Yamaha. So it doesn't really shock me that he won like he did, but we can get into the fact that it wasn't easy. Like, I understand he won by whatever it was, 4 or 5 seconds at the end of the race, but Anderson, I said this to Travis when I first got here, had Anderson not mistimed that 3 onto the elevated right, would Eli still have won? Probably. But I definitely think that if Ando wouldn't have made that mistake, it would have been a battle all the way down to the last lap. Because those two, they were clearly the best guys last night. And I know that they didn't gap Sexton, but Sexton was really never to be seen in that main at all.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this.
No, I agree.
Speaking of press day there, what do you think was going through Eli's mind when he pulled up to the berm after Craig went into that net?
He probably just looked and said, "Christian, are you
That was
dead?"
funny that they showed that on TV. He was like, "You fucking good, bro?"
Yeah, he's probably like,
What are you
"Christian,
doing?
are you alive? You still? Where are you at, bro? Are you down there?"
I'm just waiting for the memes. Cole,
God.
I know.
What are you doing?
Cole, I know you're a little bit more into the social game than Justin is here. Did you see that huge quad Eli did at the practice track this week?
Yeah, so I wish Justin would get Instagram and be a little more in tune with that because it's something Justin could appreciate because Justin likes the technique stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if you watch that video and Justin, I'll kind of explain it to you.
Yep.
So it was like a double and then an on off into a corner, right?
Yep.
So what Eli did is he went double, launched out further into the face of the step on, step off.
Yep.
And used the suspension to just quad into the corner.
Okay.
83 feet. Old Johnny T went out and stepped it out and said it was 83 feet.
Kind of like it seems like Christian was trying to do when he tried to, jump into the face of that last triple and jump over the berm.
We'll get into that in the
No,
250s.
well, it doesn't work in a transition.
I
like
know,
that.
but I thought I was just trying to make a joke. Christian was trying to possibly do the same thing except trying to jump over the berm.
Yep.
So Justin, when you get time, go to Eli's Instagram. Eli doesn't post much. So
No. I'll do it tonight when I get home.
Yeah. So
he
anyway,
must have been pretty stoked on it.
so moving into someone we already touched on here, Jason Anderson gets second place and screwed up that 3 on to the elevated turn.
He literally looks like he just jumped 2 feet further into the corner than he wanted to. That was it.
Yeah, but can I ask, what the fuck happened in the heat race?
That was weird. I was wondering
kept
if
doing weird stuff.
when he went off
He
the
was
track
doing some
before,
weird shit.
when he went off the track before the right hander for the very first rhythm section,
Yeah.
his hips just kind of shifted in the air. But the fact though that he had that much time, it's not like his hips shifted and then he landed. He had another half a second before he landed. I'm just watching. I'm going, what the fuck is he doing? And then
I
he kept
don't know.
looking down at the bike. I don't know if it was the left or the right side. And I was thinking that maybe something was going on with the forks and that I don't know because there was nothing visibly wrong with the bike.
No, that was super.
No.
That was super, super, super weird.
And then if you notice though in the main,
The right hander in the corner.
yeah, if you notice in the main though too, and maybe it was just the track broke down differently than they thought. I think that it was starting to hit bottom, and we can ask Kev this a little. Well, from the LCQ, I think it was hitting bottom in some corners, so maybe the track broke down different than he thought. You could tell though in some of those deep ruts, especially like the really tight ones in the inside, he was standing the bike up a lot at the apex. Like he was not being able to just roll through the corner and round it. Like he was standing up, and then you could tell he was trying to pivot out of it, and the back end was just coming over the top of the rut. So I don't know if it was.
It looked like there were a lot of chatter bumps in those ruts too.
So yeah, I don't know if it was a bike issue or not.
Now,
a little bit of a setup thing.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the Ando, I mean, I guess we should talk about this. The Ando on Kenny crime here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
okay.
I got this in my notes. I made notes.
Great. So I got to ask you guys, how many times is too many times here? Like, at what point? I haven't heard.
J-Bone can tell you that.
I want to say I haven't heard that he got called
penalty.
into AMA last night to even talk about it.
It was already confirmed this morning.
Yeah,
there was no penalty.
But at what point here? Because now we're looking at 2 weeks in a row where he has, essentially cleaned out Kenny. And last week after the whoops in that flat corner,
Both racing deals.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, but at some point, like, you got to pass the guy without making contact with him, or they're going to call you into the truck. Like, you cannot do this every single round because Honda's going to start to throw fits. What's going to happen?
So, Travis, I told you this, too, when we were talking about this. Like, I look at it from both sides. I think if you go back and look at that and, like, dissect it even in slow-mo, you could tell that not only was the line coming together, even if the line wasn't coming together, we know how the front end reacts with Supercross.
Jason had a wheel on him, too.
Well, and not only that, too, though, and this is my opinion. When I always look at people, like, if you're trying to saw off somebody's front end or you're just trying to go straight down the dead center of the chassis, you can always tell if they're actually what they're trying to do if they're leaning in. And if you look at like the 3/4 way of the mark of a corner, he's still leaning in.
Yeah.
He's rounding the corner. It's not like he's shifting out and then going straight for Kenny's wheel. I just think once again though, you look at that, you had those two inside rollers, and then like I said, we know how the front end and Supercross suspension reacts in sand.
Yeah.
I think the front end just kind of lifted on him a little bit, and it kept wanting to push out. And once again, this goes back to, I think that he was having a chassis setup issue. I think that the bike was not reacting the way he thought. And yes, did he dive bomb the inside pretty hard? Yeah, but I don't think his intention was going into that corner that he was like, oh, I'm just going to saw off Kenny's front end.
So I
got something to add.
So listening to his post-race interview
Yeah.
and listening to him talk on Swap Motos, how was your weekend? I don't think that was his intention to go in there and just clean Kenny's clock out, But what I do think he was trying to do was go to the front very, very fast.
Yeah.
And he went in there and everybody says, oh, those lines came together. I need to go back and watch the race again. I don't think those lines were coming together like that. What I think he did is he went in there super fast and he just blew through the inside sand.
Just go look at his body position.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'll say to you, even if like you don't want, like, don't go on, because I told you I look at it from both sides.
He had more speed in that corner at that point than anyone else had going to the inside, because everyone else was kind of just rolling through, or they were kind of like jumping the two inside rollers or whatever. And Ando just like, I don't know.
No, he was
like
literally coming off that.
dude.
He was literally coming off that inside roller, and as soon as he dropped into the berm, he was rolling in and just holding it wide. Like, he wasn't touching the brakes, he wasn't touching the clutch. Like I said, I looked at it from the other angle, like very, very slow, and he was leaning in through the corner. Like, it's not like
I don't think it was intentional.
Yeah.
But I have to ask the question again. At what point are they going to say, dude, you have to pass him without taking him out? Like, if he does this again next weekend, dude, Honda's going to be at the AMA truck going, what the fuck is happening?
Well, and this is the last thing I'll say before Cole, we'll get to your point, whatever point you had. I think the thing that's going to be different now, though, is with J-Bone there, somebody that actually knows what he's talking about. He can just, like what I was just saying, look at that and dissect it and look at it and go, now you're never going to know somebody's, like, what they're mentally thinking, but just look at body positioning, the way the corner flowed, who had the wheel on it, and go, was this intentional or was it not? Kind of like with the Bogle Barsha thing, we know that was intentional. That was clear cut. Whereas with the Anderson thing, I think it's going to be one of those, it's going to be a gray area, and you're going to go, well, I would think that he wouldn't try to intentionally take somebody out like that, so they're going to go with, oh, we're not going to discipline him.
The real sad thing is that Kenny's not a guy to do anything about it, because, I mean, at this point, 2 times, like I told you when we were talking earlier, Jesus Christ. Like I told you when we were talking earlier, I'm going out in first practice next week, sawing off his front end, being like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, do not
That
come.
won't go
Do
over
not
well. I
come.
can promise you that.
Don't care. I would totally do it, and I would tell him to leave me the fuck alone.
Yep.
And then if it happens again, well, then your tip fib's going because I'm fucking over you taking me out.
Problem is
But-
that Kenny, in the process,
We all
trying
know.
to take out Ando,
Yeah.
he'd hurt himself.
Yeah, I know. But
So, Cole,
Kenny's not that guy.
Yeah.
Would you quit cutting the pizza or whatever the fuck you're doing over there? Jesus Christ, dude.
So Cole,
I'm not doing shit, dude.
what was your point that you had? Did you have
Yes.
another point? What was it?
Well, hang on a second. Is my phone being staticky or what the fuck?
It was just
Yeah.
making like a whirling, whistling sound.
Yeah, it was like you were cutting pizza or rollerblading or
Yeah.
something.
Like,
Fucking-
probably my nose, dude. Like, I breathe all fucked up since my trip to the dunes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. Anyway,
Anyway.
what was your point?
So I watched it back a little bit,
Hmm.
and yes, Anderson wanted to go to the front. He threw it in there hard. It looked like the berm blew out, but you can't really tell if it was already blown out from a back marker from the lap before.
Yeah.
And he went and threw it in there thinking it was going to be good still. And if you're Kenny, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, why are you trying to work an outside line in when that inside was clearly faster all day? It clearly started blowing out to the outside. Like, what the hell are you doing leaving the door open?
He was
like
trying to be
that?
Vince
And-
Freeze.
What's that?
He was trying to be Vince Freeze.
Dude, and this is so frustrating with Kenny. I was thinking about it. Like, his racecraft is honestly garbage. He has the worst racecraft out of all those guys.
Which is weird because we rewind to 2016 when he was on the RCH bike and we were talking about how he
Exactly.
might have some of the best racecraft we've ever seen somebody ride a dirt bike. Like
And
the
here's
Millville.
my thing to it. So, yeah, I mean, you think about that stuff, watching him go through the pack, and he does it outdoors, and it's pretty phenomenal. But in Supercross, like, I think about, it was either Atlanta or Daytona last year in a sand corner. He was losing time
Atlanta.
clearly by going to the outside, and everybody was diving to the inside, making up time on him every lap. Didn't change up his line until he got past.
Or you can just
Twice.
look at the Cooper Webb pass in Atlanta when
Yeah.
he
In
completely
Atlanta.
leaves the apex open.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
Yeah.
that one, and then when, which one was it where it was like a 3-on to the table and him and Webb battled? And Webb just dives to the inside.
I think that was
and then it
Daytona.
Yeah.
No, this was a stadium race.
But you've made this point before of his racecraft is garbage, and it
It's
really
garbage,
really
but-
is.
But does it stem back to? And then the thing is he goes down. He's an 18th, makes up 2 spots.
Fucking
he should be
fumble
blowing
fucks
past
around.
guys like Anstey and all those dudes. He should be annihilating his way past those
Well,
guys, and he just gets stuck.
I'll tell you
like,
this,
is he afraid to pass because of what happened to his hand and Coop's wheel?
I'll tell you this
I don't
though.
know.
I'll tell you this though. And this was very telling last night because maybe you guys didn't think, and I'm not even saying that I thought it, but I guarantee there was a lot of people that were thinking this. Did you think when he ripped that whole shot last night, even though with the way the day had gone, where he just wasn't really spectacular, that we're like, oh, Kenny has a clear track, he's going to sprint away.
Yep.
And then the fact that he did get a little bit of a gap, and then Ando, when he got into second, reeled him back in. I'm going to be real honest with you. That was more telling to me than anything else that happened to Kenny last night because even last year, Kenny, with a clear track like that early into the race and having
Yeah.
no disrespect, but Mookie being the guy behind me, I'm 7-8 seconds out, 3-4 laps in.
Yeah.
He couldn't gap him. He was getting reeled in.
Yeah.
And I said this to you, even had that situation not happened with Ando, I think he would have started going back really quick.
Dude, the Honda guys they're struggling with bike setup though. I mean, we've
see,
all
Chase
heard
it,
it.
but
It's so weird to me because it was the same damn bike as last year, and he was just fine.
I'll just say, though, that I think that was more telling to me, and that is just the point that I was trying to make when he did our preview show about how Supercross was going to go for him. Everybody put all this emphasis on A1. We got to start. Chase went down, but he gapped everybody by 15 seconds. That don't mean shit to me. Like, dude, this is the last we're going to see of Ken Roczen because you can say, oh, stuff has happened. We know what happened at the second round and the third round and all this. But, dude, Kenny has not looked like the actual Ken Roczen of the last 2 years
I think next year after his contract's up, I think we're done.
I'll be really surprised if we even see him outdoors
think
this year,
so,
though.
too.
I know that we've said that for the last couple years, but, dude, this
So that last year, and then what, he gets second in points or
yeah,
something?
but see the difference though is can you guys seriously sit up here and tell me and take out the way A1 looked, and I know that we can't do that because that's not how it works, but we kind of believe that it had Chase Sexton not gone down, Chase would have won A1, and Anderson, if he got a better start, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Ken Roczen has not looked like Ken Roczen for these last 3 rounds at all. Like, this has been a shell of Ken Roczen, and I still stand by what I said. If he does this again, rides like this at the Triple Crown, I will fully believe that my statement about him not even getting on the top 3 or even top 5 in points is going to come true. Because, dude, we think Eli and Ando have separated themselves.
Yeah.
Chase has had 2 good back-to-back weekends. He won, got third. whether Mookie's getting better. We'll get to Coop. Frenchie if he can get starts. All these other. But dude, Kenny's not even in like my eyes the top 5 fastest guy anymore.
Yeah.
Like I said, I fully believe had that not happened with Ando, he gets 5th last night. This does not look like a Ken Roxon. This looks like 2018 Ken Roxon coming back from those arm injuries.
Yeah.
Like a guy that I just don't recognize.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are out on that take, but
Nah, I mean, I'm not far off. It's
It's
not
just
dirt,
weird, man.
Yeah.
It's weird.
But
And there's the small part of me being a Kenny guy is that.
and we all are Kenny guys too.
Well, where's he at in the points? Is he real
Pretty far
out
back.
now, or-
I think he's like
I don't remember.
7th, 8th.
Yeah, but what's the gap?
It's double
10?
digits. It's more than that, dude. You got to think he got what 11th last night. What did he get last night?
he's
I'd
nine.
have to see.
He's 9th
But
in
either
points. He's
way-
got 62.
So how many points is he back?
I don't know. Hold on.
It's double digits.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Is it more than 15?
Hold on. Let me see here. We have the technology.
Yep, I know. That's why I'm waiting.
He is 23.
Oh, he's fucked. He's not even going to come
Oh,
close.
he's screwed now.
He's done.
Yeah,
No,
because-
yeah,
He's done.
I mean, last night, if he could have wrote it in for a 4th or 5th or whatever, like, there's still a glimmer of hope because maybe he'll start winning.
Like I said,
And getting back to his own ways, and maybe, like, this slump that he was in is kind of like a blessing for him because he can't get through the end of the season. And maybe he was starting slow and then going to start picking up steam. But, yeah, at this point.
well, this is the
it's gonna be
furthest
iffy,
he's
man.
been back since. This is the furthest he's been back in the points.
But
Ever?
he's also had a history
No.
of doing some super weird shit, dude. Like,
But no, that's a
stuff like
legit. That's
this
a
will
like,
happen, and then he'll come out and maybe sweep next weekend.
But this is a legit question though. I don't remember even back to that 20. No. I don't think he's been this far back after only 4 rounds ever since he's been in the 450 class.
Yeah, no, it's super weird. So the points were super close after 3, and then after last night, all
The
of
top-
a sudden everything started.
The
to
top
spread
5
out
are
a
still
lot.
top 5 are still pretty close, but now 5 back is
Yeah.
starting to gap.
Yeah,
He's
so-
he's done. He's out. He is
yeah,
not.
I don't see him coming back.
No, I don't-
So
he's
all right,
done.
So moving on from Kenny here, let's move to Sexton. So he's 3rd. He was good last night. He was just a touch off.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would call it a decent backup ride after winning last weekend. First to 3rd, and he's still in this. So I don't have anything bad to say about it. We'll see how the next couple weekends go.
Triple Crown is going to be interesting.
Triple
for me.
Crown will be interesting, and then final A3, final West Coast there. I think if he makes it out of the West Coast in the top 5 in points here, and he's on the box at least one of the next 2 here, and within range of say top 5 the other round, I think that's an okay.
I think he's
West
learned to tone
Coast.
it back.
Yeah.
I think after getting that win and realizing what it takes to win, and because we all talk about, once you get the first win, that's going to really show. Can you do it again, or was it just a
Yep.
one and done thing?
Yep.
I think you realize what it takes to win, and him dialing it back a little bit. But we kind of always say this too. I know everybody likes to. Well, the championship doesn't start till Daytona, but for me, I've always thought that the championship doesn't start till we go to East Coast.
Yeah.
When everything starts getting more compact. The track's starting getting a lot more consistent. We have a good idea, and also obviously we know what the dirt does on the East Coast. It's going to be really interesting to me is can bring that newfound attitude into the East Coast when the tracks are way more gnarlier.
Yeah.
And if he can do it through the first couple East Coasts, then I'll believe, okay, he's going to be in this for the rest of the season. But I still have to see more out of him just because this is Chase Sexton and we have seen how the last, year and a half has gone for him. But he did look really good. And I also like the fact that when he kind of realized that, like, hey, I don't have anything for Ando and Eli.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like, all right, third's where I'm at
I
tonight.
do like that. That's some pretty mature riding of him.
Which
that
we
you
haven't
don't
seen up to
really
this
No.
point with
think
him.
you'd expect.
No.
We haven't seen and now he just kind of realized, like, hey, I third's tonight. If I want to
Yeah.
win, if I want to be in this championship, I'm just going to have to accept that, like, hey,
Yep.
I'm the 3rd fastest guy tonight.
I want to see a couple more. Even as much as I want to see Chase do well here, I want to see a couple more
Same here.
before I start really going, okay,
Like I said,
he's
East Coast.
turned a corner, and yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not homering him like Daniel Blair does yet.
No, not yet. So, all right. So moving on next. So Cooper Webb, dude, 8th last night.
Yeah.
Now I heard last weekend he was coming off. He was sick, not COVID,
Yeah.
not COVID sick.
Well,
but
it seems
still
like
sick.
everybody's always sick when they have a bad race.
And he's in 4th in points right now with 73. So he's 12 back.
He's lucky to be in 4th because I'm going to be real honest
Yeah.
with you. He has been dookie.
It has not looked great here. I mean,
And I'm not saying this is an Eldon Baker thing.
2.748. I don't think it's an Alden Baker thing either. I think it's a combination between the bike and, like I
I
said,
think
he
it's
was
bike.
sick. But I think the big thing is the bike.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you notice last night, too? Remember how we talked about with the KTM, like them saying they figured out a way I said this in the previous show, like they figured out the end of last year how to get that back into plant going through the whoops. And then KTM was like, oh man, what we did, like it goes through the whoops a lot better. And we've seen it with Aaron, but we know Aaron's good in the whoops, big tall kid.
Yep.
Last night
Mookie doesn't look much better in the whoops.
No, Mookie looks a lot slower in the whoops on that Husky, which is not something I thought was going to happen.
No.
Coop started jumping through the whoops.
Yep.
And it didn't really matter with where he was.
Yeah.
But I found that kind of odd. And I understand that they were breaking down, but they were even breaking down last weekend, and he still was like trying to stay on top of him all the way through. I'm just kind of wondering like what his thought process was halfway into the main. Oh, I'm going to start jumping through these. But he does not look good.
I'm not panicked, but
I'm panicking. I'm panicking.
I'm not panicking yet
I'm
either.
panicking.
'cause,
Yet.
like,
Boys, he's looked terrible.
I'm not looking through the drawer for the button yet.
I'm panicking.
but I'm starting to think like, I wonder where I put
yeah,
that.
but
If we get through
every championship season he's been in, like he doesn't win till 5th, 6th round.
But boys,
And
he
then
has
goes
not
on a-
looked this bad
I was gonna
since
say.
28. Like Cole, I understand, and I don't want to, and I hate to disagree because it's hard with a 2-time champion and the way Cooper Webb has won these seasons. But dude, you cannot dispute the fact that he has looked dog shit bad since A1. And A1, he got lucky to get second.
I was gonna say, if you go through the next 2 West Coast rounds and you get Eli, Ando, and Chase on the podium the next 2 rounds, and Webb is 4th or farther back, maybe farther, the way it's looking, he's gonna start to lose touch before we even go to the East Coast,
Well,
which is
I'm not
not fucking. It's not great.
The points are not
Not
even
great.
Like the points are not even what I'm talking about. Like that's very glaring. But what I'm looking at is just, dude, this is like 2 weekends in a row right now where guys that have started significantly further back than him have caught and passed him.
Yeah.
Dylan did it again for 2 weekends in a row. Marv did it. Dino was closing on him. Barsha was closing in on him.
Yeah.
Like. Cole, I don't disagree with you, but once again, dude, you can't dispute the fact he's looked like garbage compared to the Cooper Webb that we've been used to since 2019.
Yeah,
these
he
last
definitely
3
doesn't
rounds.
look as good. I mean, he looks like Air Shock Webb.
But dude, his speed hasn't even been there though.
He's
And
one of those
He's been
guys.
fast in practice though.
Yeah, but what has he done in the main, dude? He hasn't even been close. Like I will go so far as to say this. I think even if Cooper Webb would have got a start these last 3 weekends, he would have gotten blown by. Like, dude, his speed has not. It just is. This looks like 2018 Yamaha Cooper Webb right now, because this is kind of where he was in 2018. I'm not saying he still doesn't have a shot at this title, especially because he's in 4th. But dude, the last 3 weekends, and you can even go back to A1, how he kind of lucked into that second place is not.
This is the worst start in 3 years. You go back to
It's 2018, the last time you go back this far.
well, so you go back to say 2020. First 4 rounds, he goes 3-12, 3-4.
and the 12,
Okay.
we know that he had a issue.
Had COVID.
Yes.
Yeah. Then you go back to 2021 here. He goes 9-4, 1-3.
Okay. What about 2019? Can you see 2019 when he won the first?
Let's see here.
Because I know that the first round in 2019 wasn't.
2019, he goes 5-10, 1-1, 8, 1-1, 2.
See?
I mean,
See.
yeah. So this isn't a good look.
So what? 2-8.
He's a comeback kid on stuff, but man, you cannot spot these guys. Not the way Tomac and Chase and Ando are looking. You cannot spot them
And
20
like I
to 25 points before you even hit the East Coast.
And like I said last
No
night,
way.
and like I said yesterday in the group text when we were all talking about who do we think was going to win, if him and Eli don't get a win before the East Coast, it'll be the longest they've gone without a win.
Yeah. Well, and even Eli saying in his interviews, he's like, the setup we have, he's like, I'm excited to get
For
to
East
East
Coast.
Coast.
Yeah.
Which
When
is
he gets to
like,
the tacky
which,
dirt,
again,
yeah.
is like I've
I know.
said, if they have this bike figured out, it's a fucking problem for
And
everyone else in this class.
they're still working on figuring it out.
I will just say
Yeah.
that if we get through Glendale this weekend and Coop is not on the box, panic button, throw the fucking panic button out the door.
I have drugged the panic button out of the drawer. Or
Throw
I've
the
dug it
drawer
out,
out
of
the window,
drawer
throw-
after Glendale if he's
light
not
the
on
light the
box.
house on fire, like bro, it's done, it's over with. Like
Yeah.
I will argue with anybody that if he doesn't get on the box this weekend, he's not even going to come close.
Yeah,
like you just can't, because with what we talk about with Eli, the way Ando's riding, if Sexton's learned how to
Is
dial it
Ferrandis
back.
winning the title still?
What's up?
Is Ferrandis winning the title still?
Why? we're not
got him!
we're not talking about Dylan.
Go ahead.
Got
finish
it!
We're talking about Coop right
All
now. No, but you know what? Dylan spanked his ass the last couple weekends, so he's
boy.
he's
I
been
know,
better
so
than
that
Coop.
means they're both not winning the title.
No, you know what? They're
Hey,
not.
hey,
but
hey.
at least Dylan has beaten Coop and actually looked like he could win a fucking race. Because he's 21. He's 9th. He's 21 points back right now.
He's 8th.
He's 8th? Oh, I
Eighth
thought he was
place.
9th.
Nope.
He's 21 though, right?
He is 8th. He
21.
Is,
I think it's 21.
19.
So 19. Oh, why the hell did I think 21?
I think so. 64. Tomac's
What
got
place is Roxon in the points?
85.
What place is Roxon in the points?
Roxon, I believe, is 9th.
Oh.
Oh, he's not going to be an all-star next
Yeah,
year.
he's 9th with 62 points. Yes.
Damn it, and I picked him for my fucking
Ooh,
all-star
that's
this
gonna
week.
Gonna be a good pick there.
All I will say is
God
that
damn it. Fuck me.
yeah, just right now, if Coop is not on the box at Glendale, burn the house down. Like it's over, boys. Like he's not. He's just not.
Yeah.
There's too many guys because, like I said, if you could have just looked at his speed was there or he's had some bad luck, but then something, like I said, he just looked like he was racy. Fine, but dude. Like I said, Dylan's caught him for the last 2 weekends. Marv caught him. Barsha caught him. Like, dude, this is not kind of same thing with Kenny. This is not a Cooper Webb that I recognized. Like, this is 2018 Yamaha Cooper Webb.
Yeah.
This is who I'm looking at right now. Now, maybe he goes out to Glendale and he wins all 3 and shuts everyone up.
No, Kenny's going to win all 3 because he's going to be a non-all-star, so we can all pick him. We can pick him for FFL.
I can't pick him.
I can.
Last night.
I can, and I can pick him for FFL, which means I'm about to get a shit done up, boys.
Maybe.
52's on the board, baby.
The Triple Crown ain't going to be a high points bank.
So,
This is to be talked about in the fantasy pod, but
Hey, Colt, did you send your $5 over so you could see my picks next week before lockout or what?
Oh, boy.
are you going to pay that $5 to Wyman for stealing his joke?
No, it's not a joke. This is totally
I think Matt
serious.
should pay me $5 because I spanked his ass 2
I
weekends
mean,
in a row.
Matt tried using that joke, and now you're trying to use it.
I'm not trying to use a joke. I think it's a great idea
you
for you
are.
to pay
You
me
use
$5.
it as a
It's
joke.
not a joke.
Listen to
I'm
him,
being
Justin.
serious. I'm waiting for that $5 to show
Are
up.
we just
He's
Are we-
using Matt's joke.
do we want to talk about Dylan or Mookie at all or no?
Yeah, we got 11
Okay.
minutes here. So Dylan still can't get a start. How's that title coming along?
He still looks good though.
I don't give a fuck. You were all. He's going to win that title. He's going to win that starts. Don't matter.
I'm
He's gonna win
sorry.
that
Are
title.
you guys
his
the
balls
person
are bouncing off your
the
chin,
person you
so-
guys picked for a title? We just got done shitting on, so I don't want to hear it. Didn't you guys both pick Cooper Webb?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
so.
you both picked
I think that
Cooper
was
Webb.
You picked him too.
I didn't pick him.
No, he picked Dylan.
Yeah, you did.
I picked Dylan.
He's been gargling Dylan's nuts.
Cole, are you fucking?
I-
Are you drunk? When we
Him and Johnny are on the
I mean,
Dylan
last
train.
night was a little rough. Yes.
yeah, I was about to say, bro. You both picked Coop. I picked Dylan.
See,
so we're
that's
both.
why, that's why he couldn't.
Dang, dude. Hang on. Sorry, I don't know if anybody caught it, but Moseman's going through the whoops with fucking sparks going off the back of his head.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Anybody
yeah, it's
catch
fine.
that?
Yeah, no,
they said it in the broadcast. I think.
So yeah, no. So all 3 of us right now, all 3 of us look stupid because all 3 of our title picks are.
I'm not shook on Webb yet.
I'm shook on Webb, bro.
I'm fairly shook, but I'm not shook all the way off.
I will say this though, right now, yes, Dylan's hopes of getting and I said this. What did I say? It was 2 rounds ago or 2 shows ago. I said the 25 point is when I'm completely out. I think so. He's 19, so if he gets to 25, I'm completely out on it. But for me at this point, though, if he just keeps doing what he's doing, if he could even get 3rd in the points, like good for him because his starts that'll be the best I think anybody's ever done with just dog shit starts the entire year.
He's one of the few guys left that we kind of talked about at the beginning of the year that I think could still win a race if he gets.
If he gets a start, he's winning a fucking
I think he'll
race.
win a race.
Yeah,
but-
he's winning a race.
But
Like
outside,
the fact that
outside
he's-
that, I'm way out on him having any chance of this title at this point.
right now with the way Eli, Ando, and Chase are kind of separating themselves, it would be very, very hard. But I was looking at it last night and looking at who's in front of him, and the fact that he's gone through pretty much all of those dudes.
You want to call Hopper because you and him can gargle his balls
Johnny
together.
picked Dylan.
Yeah,
Yeah, call
I
Hopper
didn't know that.
because he was making points about the start when there's absolutely nothing in the rule book about it.
All right. Anyways, Malcolm though,
Yeah, no, it was calling me out on the DMs at Instagram, and I was like, bro, this isn't Travis. You're arguing with Cole.
Well, then I
Um,
called him out back. Did he respond?
I think so. Yeah.
Mookie,
Yeah, it's on page 22. There's
Mookie,
nothing
you guys
that says
still
can't do
on?
that.
You guys still think he's gonna get a win? Because I'm gonna call that's bullshit.
It
It's
looks
not happening.
it looks rough this year.
I
His
Same
think
old
Dylan can
Mookie?
get a
It's-
win,
no,
but
no.
he ain't getting no title.
What?
It's whoop speed,
What'd
man.
you say, Cole? I didn't hear what you said.
You're talking about Dylan, right?
No,
No,
we moved on.
We moved on.
we're
Like
on to Mookie.
we've already said what we have to say about Dylan. Like he gets a start, he could probably win, probably will win. Bad starts. We're talking about Mookie now. Like he ain't winning a race, bro. He ain't.
I'm still waiting to see what the Baker juice does to him when they.
I don't think it matters,
When
bro.
they peak.
This just looks like Star Yamaha Mookie, which is
Yeah.
good. But I have not seen anything through 4 rounds that goes, this is going to be a guy that's going to win a race.
I think he's going to consistently be a top 5 guy all
The
year.
juice peaks after Minneapolis.
Look, I'm gonna be real honest with you.
That's when we're juicing.
That's what we're juicing,
I'm gonna be
baby.
real honest with you. There's part of me that actually believes Mookie's probably been juicing for the last couple of years because like he's just gotten progressively bigger and bigger. And I don't mean his stomach. I mean like he's just
It's fine.
He's progressive. Anyways,
Hey, fishing will build that muscle,
Did
baby.
he fill out a TUE, you think?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, man.
God.
All right, moving on. 6th place, Marv. That was a
It was a good ride.
Different
That would
ride.
have been a good fantasy pick, but
Better than-
It was a great fantasy pick.
Better
honestly.
than what he did at San Diego when
Yeah.
he fucking dropped anchor from first.
Yep,
to
didn't go
10th.
I
back.
know that's what scared me away.
Yep. Well,
Yeah,
hey,
well, I know. I
didn't
picked him for
scare
fantasy
me.
in San Diego and he screwed me. And
Some
you
of
know.
us believe in the Frenchman, and here we are.
Oh my God! Shut up.
Moving on. 7th place, Justin Barsha.
This
Same.
fucking guy.
Same.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Same. Comes
Where's he
out,
at? Where's
comes
he
out
on the
flying.
points?
Let's see here. He is
Oh,
fifth.
shit, dude.
Fifth with 72 points.
I think that I still believe that
Oh, there it is.
Could you calm down?
he sound like he's about to. He just
Wow.
never mind.
Damn, I want
Emily, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, Em? How's it going? How's it going, Emily? I still think Barsha could. I still think that he could get a win. Maybe not two like I predicted, but I still think he can get a win on the East Coast. But yeah, I mean, it's just the same as last year.
Yeah.
Oh, he's concussed as fuck.
Oh, the Freezy thing? Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro, that was bad.
All right,
We'll get to
so
that.
That
Webb.
Liat helmet, that Liat yard sale, dude.
Webb, we talked about already, 8th place. Dino, 9th. Good ride
Good for
for
him.
Dino. Yeah.
Oh, dude, he got fucking
Jesus Christ,
dang.
bro. We're on 450s. Could you calm down?
Yeah, 'cause
we'll
we
call
ju-
you back for
Sorry,
250s.
dude. I'm just watching what's on the TV.
All right,
Jesus
so
Vince got smoked.
who got 10th?
Shane.
Good,
Shane is a great starter.
dude. He looked good in the heat race too.
Yeah.
he even looked good in the
I
main
like
for
where
like.
his trajectory is going.
It is, but man, I feel like that's a ticking time bomb with the back.
I
thing.
still believe
I'm
too
so
that the back
nervous
is going to
with
be a
that.
ticking time bomb, and
That's
like
why
I
I won't
said,
pick
Yeah,
him for
after the
fantasy.
Osborne,
well,
where Justin
yeah,
called
yeah.
that, I believe Justin and back issues.
I did. Yeah, thanks, bud. I do though believe, and like Cole just said with his trajectory, I still think that if the back doesn't give out, I think that he, with the way he's working up, and it is
Yeah.
a fitness thing, obviously,
Yeah.
a race fitness
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I think at some point he's going to get a top 5 this year because I don't think the speed is the issue. I think his speed is good
The
enough.
back holds together, I'm in.
Exactly.
Because
Which-
he'll get a start, and then the speed
Yes.
will keep him up
and
there.
we know that as far as racecraft goes, Shane is one of the guys that actually does
Has
have
some. Yep.
It's just the back thing though. But for me, I look at it and go, if that man could at least, if he can get 1 or 2 top 5s this year, that is a fucking win.
Yeah.
for
That's
him.
great, dude.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
basically his rookie season.
Yeah.
exactly.
Max,
That'd just be cool.
Max Anstey 11th. That was a good ride for him. That's the best finish so far
Brits,
this year.
Hey man, the Brits just being solid, right?
Hey, that's
right.
all right.
Like me
Hey,
taking.
you know who else is solid? Did he finish top 10s? Dean Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already
So-
went
so-
over that if you were paying attention.
So take out me being a Max Anstey homer, and I want you guys' honest opinion. Are you guys impressed that he's been as consistent as he has so far?
He's about right where I thought he would be, somewhere in that 8 to
But is that
12
good?
range.
Is that good to you though?
I mean, it's just what I thought he'd do.
But is that good for Max though?
yeah, I feel like it's all right.
What about you, Cole?
I'd say it's good.
Okay.
I think it's a step up, definitely. You can definitely tell.
He likes the
that
bike.
The equipment to step up.
I think outdoors will be good.
My thing was Max was I was worried that he was just going to be a ticking time bomb like he always has been in Supercross.
But he hasn't
So
this
it's
year. That's
really
the cool
good
thing.
to see that he's
Yes.
toned himself back.
I think Daytona and Atlanta will probably be his best rounds for obvious reasons.
Yep.
Is he winning Daytona? Are you calling wins?
No, I'm not calling that, but I think I think Daytona though, depending on what version of Daytona we see this year, I think that he could inch up to the top 5 because it's Daytona.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. All right, 12th place, Brandon Hartraft. Great ride for him. Best
Good for
ride
the
of the year.
heartthrob.
He said in his
12?
He said in his How Was This Weekend that he was rebuilding his confidence after last year, and he's got it back, he feels
yeah,
like.
he also
So-
I don't think he's at odds with the team right now. So.
Yeah, so that's good. Kenny 13th, we already touched on him. Bogle 14th, great ride for Bogle. Bogle just needs to finish races at this point. Oldenburg 15th, pretty much where we saw
Good
him.
for Oldenburg. I mean,
Yeah.
at least he's staying on 2 wheels.
Yeah,
That's
pretty,
good for him.
pretty much it.
That's what I'm saying.
Chiz is going to chiz at a 16, so that's cool. Amart 17th. I felt that was like a pretty good ride for Amart
He was in.
there.
He was in what? He was in 14th, 15th for a while.
Yeah,
kinda
he
hovering
was.
around
Yeah,
there.
because he was on my fantasy,
Yep.
so he was doing pretty well.
Yep.
Josh Hill 18th. That still kind of shocks me that he makes.
Yeah.
I was actually having this combo with Kev last night of like the guys that beat him in the LCQ, and I'm like, well, you've got Chiz, who's gonna chiz. You have
Amart,
Amart, who's
Bogle.
a podium 250 guy. You have Bogle, who's a 250 East Supercross champ, and then you've got Josh Hill, who's won a 450 main. So I wouldn't feel too terrible, but
Led the points against Stu for a long time,
Yeah.
too.
Beat Stu.
Ryan Baris, 19.
He's actually, I am pretty impressed
I
with
am
him. That
impressed
he's
with him,
just
actually.
consistently now a main guy.
Yeah.
And it's not like LCQ anymore. It's
No,
straight through the heat races.
Freddie Noren has been impressing me. He's got some speed, bro.
His bike's good. I know
He
that.
has
Yeah.
impressed me as well.
Yeah.
Justin Brayton, though, running 10th, man.
Yeah, and then
And
goes
then-
down. 21st finish for him. And then AP ragdolls it in the sand. I have no idea. I haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, that did not look good.
He smacked his dome.
Dude.
Oh, did he?
And how well he was, dude,
We'll
he
see.
was all over Eli in that heat race.
Yeah, he was.
Like, did you guys, like, I honestly thought once Eli got around him, like, oh, he's going to drop him. And even Ricky made a comment in the broadcast, like, oh, now Eli's going to put in some heaters. And I was kind of the same thing. But, dude, AP's whoop speed, though.
Yeah,
and
it's
he's
good.
always had good whoop speed, but holy
It's-
shit.
How funny is it that the newest guy on the KTM team
Is
is
the
the best in the whoops?
He just looked good, man. I just pray that he is not hurt because I don't
Yeah,
think he can
same.
afford another setback right now.
No.
'Cause
he
he's
needs to
What
keep
I was
going.
thinking too, man, is he's going to be a bad man outdoors.
Yep.
Oh, he's going to be good on that KTM, bro.
Yep.
If he is healthy going into outdoors, he is going to be like a sleeper. He is.
Yeah.
But he's been good through 4
Yeah.
rounds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, the first one didn't go as well, but there's
But he
been-
still got
there's been
9th, though.
flashes.
So now knowing that he didn't have a lot of time, like that 9th at A1 doesn't really look that bad, though, right?
Yeah. Nope. Looks all right.
And then
So-
getting a podium, and then what was he, 6th, 7th last weekend, I think?
Let's see here. Hold on. Let me pull up the results. We have the technology. So he has gone 9, 2, 6, and then 22 last night.
So, and this is the last thing I'll say about this. Do we think with how his speed was in the heat race, because we know cardio is not an issue with him, how do we think he would have done last night in that main? Because like I said,
He probably stays right there in 2, 3, 4, 5 position.
which once again would
'Cause
be
who
an
knows?
accomplishment for AP.
Yeah,
like,
'cause-
dude, I like Aaron so much, so maybe you call me biased. I just want to see that dude do well. Like,
Maybe-
I like Aaron Plessinger.
Maybe we'll call it top 5 because maybe Ando's
fucking
after
better
him.
than Coop.
Yeah. So I don't know. All right. So that's the 450 class there, getting that wrapped up. We are going to take a quick break. We're going to get Privateer hero Kevin Moranz on the phone here, and we'll talk to him, and then we'll come back with 250s. Cole, you want us to call you to talk 250s here, or are you done?
Yeah, give me a call on 250s.
All right. We'll call you after we talk to Kev.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah,
See
later. All right, everybody. So we're going to take a quick break here. Like I said, we'll come back with Kev, and we'll talk to him about his race night and then hit up 250. So we'll be right back. All right, and we're back with Privateer hero Kevin Moranz. Hi, buddy.
Hello, how's it going?
Great. How are you doing? How's California?
It's beautiful out, so that's nice.
You ever
just
going
spent a little
back-
time at the beach,
You're
so
going back to Kansas, or you're just out of Kansas forever?
I'd be fine with just staying here if I could afford to actually live here.
Wow.
God, we need to talk about your life decisions.
Yeah, I'm kidding though. I don't think I could actually live here.
Hey, so
I could visit here. I couldn't live here.
I'm looking for people to go in. I'm buying a house in Florida. Because I've discovered I don't make enough money
Yeah, we
to
don't make
live
enough money
in
for that.
Florida.
Yeah, it's a
so we need people to go in on a house with us
This house better be big.
I'm down.
because it's
Get it close to a training facility, and Kev's really down.
Orlando is where I'm looking. There's a bunch of them in the surrounding area.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I might be able to get you in at Moto Sandbox. Maybe
Oh, there we go.
I might know a guy that we can get in there.
Yeah, we might
I
know.
like
that.
it.
So, all right, man. So let's talk about your A2 here. We're getting better. We are getting better.
Oh, God. Here we go.
So, run us through your night here. Tell us all the juicy details. I want to hear everything COVID related. Go.
Okay, so long story short, haven't been able to ride since the A1 catastrophe. Did get to ride press day. That was the first time that I've rode outside of racing this year so far. So that was solid. It's definitely a little bit of an advantage to try to get the track dialed because the wall jump over the tabletop 333 was a pretty tricky section. So to have a little extra time was nice. Coming into the night, qualifying was a little bit better as far as just like performance-wise feeling. Time-wise, was in a similar position. Did qualify the best I've qualified yet, but just by a position or two. But yeah, long story short, can't be down on it. I mean, I want to be down on it, but I can't be down on it. Because, I mean, dude, like the LCQ is gnarly. A lot of gnarly guys to get out, not necessarily with the whole shot, but to make a quick, aggressive move to jump out into the lead real quick and lead a few laps. And even have a pretty decent opportunity at kind of battling with Chiz a little bit for, obviously until he pulled away from me in the whoops. But other than that, man, we're close. So
Yeah.
happy but not satisfied. It's kind of shitty because I excuse my language, but I say that a lot. But it is. It's part of having a long season. You just got to keep making progress, and that's clearly there.
Well, you and I talked last night, and I said, well, obviously I was pumped on how the LCQ went, even though you didn't make it in, because, as I said, the guys that beat you, you have Bogle is a 250 East Supercross champion. You have Chiz, who is fucking Chiz. Let's face it, he's in every single main.
Possibly the most consistent guy to ever race.
Most consistent guy ever on his stock Yamaha. You had Amart, who was a podium 250 Supercross guy.
And then Josh Hill.
And then Josh Hill, who won a fucking 450 Supercross main.
Natural
Granted,
talent
it was
through the roof.
2008, but whatever, it's fine. So I mean, realistically, yeah, not a fucking terrible way to not make the main, I guess you'd say. And you were right there. So
yeah. And that's like the biggest thing for me too is like the speed was there at the beginning. Easily. Yeah. So I just need to get another about at least a lap and a half in me of that pace, and it'll be game over kind of deal. Or not game over, but it'll be locked in a little bit better.
Yeah. So the LCQ start was really good. What happened to the heat race start? Because I was watching, that didn't seem great.
So I was in a great position, but that's because nobody took that gate. The gate had a big old hole right outside of it because I was like 15 gate pick, and that thing was still open.
Yeah.
So I obviously took it because I didn't want to line up on the very outside. I knew I could get the jump on everybody. It's just how my bike handled that first hole, and my bike did not handle that first hole very well.
I actually have a picture because you were on TV. Because who were you lined up next to for the heat there?
Yeah, Sexton and I was in between Sexton and Wilson.
Yeah. Great choice. Always line up next to Sexton, Tomac, Roxon, so we can get on TV. Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I actually had to rewind it on the iPad, pause it, and I took a picture of it. So yeah, I'll post that up later so that we got that on the old Instagram there.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, that start I was like, oh boy, that didn't go well. So
no.
Then you get in the LCQ, and the LCQ start, like you said, was great. You made a quick move on Chiz, got to the lead, and kind of took off.
It was actually on Hill.
Oh, was it? I thought it was Chiz.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
no, it was Hill.
No, Chiz was like, I think,
hey, bro,
fourth.
I'm just watching the race,
lap.
not riding the race, okay? My memory's different. So, but anyway, okay, so that was great. Now, bike feels good. Me and Justin were talking. We thought the bike looked better in the whoops than what it has in recent weeks. So that's a plus.
Yeah, I would have to 100% agree with that. I mean, it honestly didn't change anything, I don't think. The biggest thing is just like, I'm slowly, especially this weekend, I gained a lot of confidence back in my shoulder. But like,
just commitment.
Obviously, the A1 crash was not ideal. The next round, I didn't even know if I was going to be able to race. Like, I didn't know if my season was over. You know what I mean? So like, I was just trying to get through Oakland. So that's why, obviously, I whole shot at that LCQ and dropped back real quick.
Yep.
And then the third round was similar situation. Didn't ride at all during the week. Just hoping my shoulder was going to feel better, and had it all taped up and braced up and was able to race, but obviously got an immediate crash at the beginning of the LCQ and came back to 9th. And then this weekend, feeling better with my shoulder and jumping out front and leading a couple laps and almost making it, more or less, it's clear improvement. So that's what's good.
Yep. So what's the plan for this week?
Triple Crown.
So, yeah, this is going to be gnarly, boys. So, try to do the best we can in qualifying and just absolutely send it in the LCQ.
Yeah, that was one thing we were Justin's been over here for a while today. We're putting an addition on the barn, so he's been over helping me do some insulation stuff. But anyway, we were talking about like, man, Kev's like 25th to 30th in qualifying. Like, this is going to be rough. But then we were like, well, at least he's got the LCQ race to go out and like try to send it. And get it in,
give me a last little hurrah.
Yeah.
But no, like the biggest thing too is it really just depends on how the track forms up. Because one, this is going to be an all indoor stadium, is at least what I've been told. I've never been to the stadium.
Yeah, no, it is.
And that's a game changer. I guess I don't know if it's for everybody, but for me, for sure, like a little bit more controlled environment, probably a little bit softer dirt, which would be nice. I'm hoping, at least.
No, it's hard. It's hard as fuck.
It is.
Yeah,
really?
man. It's been blue grooved like the last 5 years, I think.
It's hard as fuck, and it's long straightaways. So make sure
your start is literally the longest. Of any
so
track.
we'll be solid there.
Yeah,
but the biggest thing for me is just having an indoor stadium or whatever. But it depends on how they build the whoops, really. Because like if we can get through the whoops, dude, like that's the only place I was getting caught this past weekend.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the biggest thing I need to work on. But at the same time, like, you can't work on that when you have a bum shoulder. You know what I mean? You just you got to be smart throughout the week and then send it in the races.
Yeah.
Because if you obviously when you start working on stuff you're not great at, mistakes happen, wrecks happen, and I can't afford that with my shoulder until now. Like, it's starting to feel good again, so that's good. But
Yep.
it's a long season. It sucks that you kind of have to tiptoe around some of this stuff, but it's part of it.
Now, are you going to try to ride during the week somewhere, or?
Yeah, I think we're gonna probably try to ride Wednesday,
Oh,
and then we'll head down to we might even ride Tuesday. I don't know, but for sure not tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can't think of any. I honestly can't think off the top of my head any track that he'd even be able to ride that would mimic the dirt he's going to see in Glendale.
AZ Cycle Park?
That's the only one I could think of. You'd have to go to Arizona to even mimic that dirt.
Yeah. Are you driving over to Arizona, or are you flying in there?
We're driving because it's like 5.5 hour drive, so it's not bad.
No, that's pretty good. So
Yeah.
sweet. So all right, so that's cool. The Glendale Stadium's cool. I was there in 2000. Was it 19?
I think it was 2019.
Yeah, I think it was 19 because I think it was the same year I went to Oakland. The roof opens, so usually if it's nice out, they'll open the roof during the day. So be careful with that too, because you'll get sun in certain spots, and then it'll create like a fucking glare on the goggles, because it'll be like super bright sun in this corner of the stadium, and then the rest of it will be like normal indoor stadium. But
yeah, I literally remember.
Yeah, that sounds a little rough.
I remember one year that like when Mitchell, when he was on the Nuclear Blast team, like when he was still in the B group, he was like going. I think it was the far side section. There was a sand corner, and he literally would come out of the sand section, and right as he'd come out of the corner, like, sun would blind him, and he just I remember him saying he came out of the sand section and went set up for the rhythm section, sun him in the eye. Next thing you know, he's just going off the track because he was fucking blinded.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right, dude. So Patreon stuff. Let's talk about that here. How's that going? Because I'm seeing
It's going good. I need to get that's one thing that, like, I guess Sater and a couple other people that are gonna, and obviously Isaac, because Isaac I know helps you out a little bit with some of your design stuff.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna work on some marketing stuff to kind of organize everything, because I do have a lot going on with my program, and I've only been able to market it really like through Instagram and Facebook, and we haven't had time to make like a recap video that like explains everything that I have going on, because there's a lot with the goggles, the number plate, the pit bike, the extra content, and everything like that. So Patreon's going good. It's building slowly. I'd love to see it kind of start to take off, but we just got to get a little bit smarter with how we go about it to kind of explain that it's more of like a support program to help fund my racing, and then the giveaways are kind of extra instead of marketing just the giveaways, and then when people realize they have to pay for it, they get like bummed out almost. So I'm like, we got to get back into the realm of, like, yo, this is to support a privateer program, and then I'm doing extra stuff for the people that jump in on it instead of the other way around.
Well, I'll tell you what you need to do is you need to go up to who's the guy on Race Day Live?
Dan Hubbard.
Dan Hubbard. He's dude,
obsessed with you, bro.
He fucking swings on your nut. I mean, I love it because
Okay,
obviously it's
legit
getting us
Kev,
out there. But he and dude, I like the guy. I like his energy. Like, this is not a dig, but like he is full on 100% man friend of yours, dude.
Like, oh, honestly, Kev, do you actually know that? Like, we're not making that up. This dude is obsessed with you.
Every time.
Yeah,
every
I
chance.
actually love it, and I'm trying to run with it because it helps a lot.
100%.
Well, I think
100%.
it was the second session when Colt was up in the booth and he was talking about it. Like, as soon as you came on screen, the first thing Dan asked Colt is, "Yeah, does Colt? Do you know Kevin Moranz? Like, do you know anything about him? Whatever." The first fucking question he asked.
What did Colt say?
Cole was like, yeah, he's like, I've spent time with him at Raynard's Complex, and he said a couple other things and stuff, but basically he was just asking, like, hey, do you have any experience with these guys or whatever? But that was the first thing he asked. Hey, do you know Kevin Moranz or all this? Colt's like, yeah. He's like, I know him from Raynard's and all this and that, and he said a couple other things. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, that was the first question he asked as soon as you came on screen. Well, do you know about Kevin Moranz?
Yeah, you should totally.
That's sick.
You need to take Dan Hubbard out to dinner one of these weekends, man.
I need to.
And really explain the program so that when he's talking about it, he can really put.
Because he'll definitely put it in there,
dude. Like, he'll be your number one Patreon pusher. Period. No questions asked. Like, end of discussion. The guy is awesome,
and it helps because obviously we see him every weekend.
Yeah.
So like, he would definitely be a guy that could plug anything you wanted him to.
And the funny thing is too is like,
Yeah.
it's both rounds of qualifying we watch.
Oh, I know.
because you jump out, like, you don't necessarily jump out the first one, but then they always find you at some point during the first one, and he says something.
Dan
but then
goes
the
apeshit crazy.
I was going to say, but then the second one, you get to start, and like the first 5 minutes of the second qualifying is all about Kevin Moranz and his program and all this stuff, which, like I said, is fucking great, but it's just hilarious for us since we know you and like everything like that, to have this guy just sitting there.
I mean, literally, Kev could go down on screen, and Dan would turn away to like flip and be like, "Oh, Kevin Moranz is down, but he'll get him the next time."
Yeah, don't worry, he's coming back, baby.
Well, I noticed that last year in the 250s, like the first time I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Cool, that Dan's plugging Kev, he's talking about him." And then I started noticing every round, I'm like, "This motherfucker is obsessed with Kevin."
He is.
Dude, well, that's good though, because like it's cool to be able to transfer from being in the spotlight of the 250 class. Yeah, I'm going up to the 450 class that has a million dudes in it right now, and still being able to kind of keep myself in the spotlight has been pretty sweet in the premier class.
Yeah.
Well, and that was the segment that we was up with Colt talking about, like Colt has to go to 450s, and he was talking about like transitioning from 250s to 450s, and that was kind of something he was talking about like when you were on screen, like, oh, Kevin rode 250s, and then like now he's in the 450s full time and all this and that. So yeah, no, in all honesty, Dan would definitely be a guy that you'd be like, hey man, like, I appreciate everything you're doing, because he's already going to do it whether you like tell him or not.
Yeah.
So
like I said, the best marketing you could do would be to spend money to take him out to a nice dinner on a Friday night, really explain every bit and piece of your program, and really get it so that when you get on screen on race day live, he can be like,
well,
y'all need to go here, support this guy. He's really doing great
I think
things.
he already also this shows how much of a fan he is of Kevin. Like, he already kind of has an understanding, because he even brought up the Patreon thing.
He did.
He brought it up. Like, hey, like this guy like with helmet wraps and on his front fender, and you could pay to be on this. So I think he already even knows a little bit, which already just shows
I kind
right
of filled him in a little bit, but yeah. We
So-
talk every now and again, but not very often.
Yeah, no, I would definitely get on that. I'm gonna definitely hit him up too and see about getting him on the show at some point here, because we're all Kevin Moranz fans here.
Oh, for sure.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
so we're all amongst
like, hey,
friends.
man, we got stuff to talk about. Like, yeah, you like Kevin, we know
like
Kevin.
This is
like
gonna work out great. So yeah. But tell people where they can find you for the Patreon thing here. We push it. We'll go with it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I mean, the easiest way to find it is just go to my Instagram page, hit the link in the bio, and then join the Moranz Mafia, become a Patreon, that kind of deal. If you can't find that or you don't have Instagram, easiest way to find it, kevinmoranz.com. Hit the Join Moranz Racing tab, which I'm actually getting ready to jump in and start editing, because I need to probably change it to like Moranz Mafia, Patreon, whatever. But right now, kevinmoranz.com, Join Moranz Racing, and then just hit join as a fan, because I do have sponsorship options as well if businesses want to get involved. But there's, one for fans that just enjoy watching, and then there's obviously one for sponsors that more like company-based and want advertising and stuff like that. So it's the easiest way to find it. Got a lot of cool giveaways. We're doing signed Oakley goggle giveaway every single weekend. Signed to Cheruby's front number plate every single weekend, and then entries every month that you're a patron stack up to go towards the YCF pit bike that we will be giving away to one of the patrons at the end of the season. So yeah,
Sick.
Appreciate the support.
Sick. Did I win anything this weekend?
No, you did not.
Okay,
I
all right.
I never. I need to just send that out to you. I never redrew. I haven't had time.
It's okay, man. Just give it away to somebody. It's
I
fine.
got you.
Give it to somebody at some race and be like, here you go. This is from the Moto Aftermath Show. By the way,
sweet.
very much liked the placement of seating for most of the vlog this week, although there were a couple times you weren't sitting in front of our logo.
Oh God, here we go.
So the check for
Hey,
this
I'm
week.
still waiting for that bonus program you've been talking about.
Hey, we gotta talk about that this week, but we will
Look,
talk
Kevin
about
knows how
that.
to play the game right now.
It's okay. I am willing to
Oh,
do
God.
a slight. Let's keep this slight
Yes.
bonus program for sitting in front of our logo every single vlog for a fair majority of it. All right.
Alrighty.
When we get all
You
those
just
other
tell me.
when we get all those other logos in there, that I start to go, I think that check got lost in the mail or something. So.
Hey,
Oh,
you
sorry, I
talked
said
about
it's a
the offer.
Kansas?
I'm waiting for the offer to hit.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, I gotta write an email after we get off this call. So, have you watched the race back at all from last night?
No, I haven't. I want to though, because I know that they kind of obviously shouted me out a little bit. I need to watch all of them, to be honest, just to kind of track how much TV time I've gotten.
Bro, it's hard for me to talk to you about things that have to do with racing if you don't watch the races at all.
I know.
Like, I've got a couple key points I could ask you about right now, but apparently not, because you haven't watched.
Well, I mean,
the
I've
race.
probably seen them. I've probably seen the major
Okay, all right.
incidences.
All right, let me ask you this. What are your thoughts on the Ando on Kenny crime here?
I think that it's a racing move. I don't think that he necessarily meant to absolutely plow him. I do think that he didn't make any he didn't try to change the course of where his bike was headed, even though he knew he was coming into Roxon. But I mean, Anderson was just trying to get around him. He knew that the track was semi hard to pass on besides in the sand, and Kenny did go wide, so he kind of left it open.
Yep.
So I mean, it's probably not 100%, oh, cool, it's a racing move, but it's just part of racing.
So let me ask you this here, because this was my big question for the guys. So this is 2 weeks in a row now that Ando has pretty much taken Kenny out. We saw last weekend at the end of the whoops in that flat corner, he ran him real wide, and then Kenny tipped over, and then obviously the sand incident this weekend.
I think the last weekend's incident was just they were on two different pages. Like Kenny didn't know he was coming in; he was just trying to cut down, and then Anderson saw him kind of go wide, so he's like, "Oh, I'm going to cut him," or like at least go inside of him. Okay. And then Kenny just cut down into his wheel. I don't think it was like, "Oh, I see him cutting down, I'm going to take his front wheel out," kind of deal.
So how many more weekends do you think Ando gets to put Kenny on the ground before Honda's at the AMA truck screaming about this? Whether they're all racing incidents or not, how many weeks in a row does this get to happen before?
If
AMA?
it happens again this weekend, that's when it's like, okay, maybe something's going on. But from what I've seen over the last two incidences, yes, it's aggressive riding. Yes, it's probably not super cool, but it is racing. Like, I haven't seen him deliberately T-bone him. You know what I mean? Like, the first one, he just snagged his front wheel. The second one, it's a sand section. Both lines came to the same place. There's not a whole lot he could have done.
Yep. And we know how the chassis handles in Supercross and sand, so.
Yeah, and like if you come into a bowl corner and there's a clear T-bone, that's different. But the last two situations he's been in, it hasn't been like, why did you do that? I guess
it's
is
not
the best way to put it.
Bogle crime.
Correct.
So last question with the Kenny Ando thing. So if you're Kenny,
God,
do you go out and free practice this week?
Jesus,
and just ghost ride it into Ando and tell him to leave you the fuck alone?
Not.
Okay, because that's what I would do.
Professional at all.
Two weekends in a row.
I'm riding hour move clearly.
That totally is, because 2 weekends in a row I'm ghost riding into him in the first corner, and I'm just going, leave me the fuck alone. And then if he does it again, well then we're tib fibbing it. So
oh God. Anyways,
any takes? I don't know if I asked you this last week, but any takes on the Bogle Barsha incident there? I know you've kind of got a relationship with Bogle because of training at Reynolds together, but any take on that?
Not necessarily. I mean, I think it is what it is. I didn't know that. Like when I first saw the Bogle to Barsha incident, I thought that he was just like, he didn't know that Barsha was there and he was going to just try to cut off the track to get out of the way of people. So like, I was like, oh, that's clearly wasn't on purpose. Like he didn't know anybody was there. He's getting ready to pop, he slowed down and then was going to cut across the track. But then when I heard that Barsha did it to him, I'm like, whoo, that opens up a whole new can of worms. But, I mean, dude, it is what it is. Barsha is known for that. And, I guess props to Bogle for not just laying back with it. But at the same time, he was a lap down. It's kind of a shitty move, but it is what it is.
I do find it weird of all people that Bogle was the one that's like, fucking, I'm done with this shit. Yeah. I'm just going to saw off his front end. Because we never really have seen that out of Justin. I mean, there were times in the 250 days where he was a little bit aggressive with guys, but it was for, like, hey, he was actually racing them for, like, points position.
Well, here's
with Barsha, it was weird for me because we never see that out of Bogle. He's not really outspoken like that.
Here's where we're getting screwed. We need to get Barsha and Ando coming together on moves like this. Because then the winner in all this is us, because it'll be fucking awesome. Because somebody,
you're not wrong.
Somebody is going to get put into the cheap seats. Like, it's going to be sick.
Yeah, but Bogle doesn't need to get hurt again.
No, Bogle. So, Kev, were you like me, where you saw the Bogle thing and they said, oh, he stalled it, and you went, oh yeah, he stalled it and just started it and didn't have the clutch pulled in, and then realized, oh wait, he's on a Suzuki, they gotta kickstart the fucking thing. We're so dumb, because that was my move. Yeah, we're here. Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah.
I was listening.
Because that was my move, was to think like, oh yeah, he just stalled it and then like hit the start button and like didn't have the clutch in and it jerked on him, and then I thought about it for about 3 seconds and went, oh shit, he's on a Suzuki and he's got to kick it, bro.
Yeah, unless he was moving, so he could have bump started it. But yeah, after the whole realizing that Barsha did it to him first, like, That was not an accident.
Anybody else pissed off that we've been waiting all week to see a video of Barsha taking him out, and and fucking Supercross had it all week and didn't show us until the race?
Oh, I haven't seen a video. I've only seen pictures.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, there's a video out there.
Supercross was it on the main show or was it on qualifying?
It was on qualifying, I think. No, it was on the main show. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it was
on the broadcast.
Yeah, it was on the main show.
Has anybody posted it?
I don't know. I haven't seen it anywhere.
Social media?
I haven't been on social a whole bunch today.
Dude,
so
you know what's crazy too is they played my A1 crash on the Jumbotron before they started the racing.
That's fucking awesome.
I haven't seen it. I want to see it.
What?
Be like, hey man, you guys gonna give me some money for that?
Are you gonna go back and watch the broadcast ever? Jesus.
No. I'm not talking about the angle that they had from the broadcast. I'm saying they had a side angle that looks even gnarlier that they played on the Jumbotron that I have not been able to see, and I want to see that because they are promoting.
Kevin.
You know, Kevin is absolutely eating it, but it's Kevin. I want to see the video of me.
Kevin, fuck. Kevin just looks and goes, Jesus, I crashed hard.
We need to call Prater.
Yeah, dude, I was literally sitting next to Barsha and Cade because we were getting ready for Heat 2, and I was watching. We were all watching it, and the video of me pops up, and it's in slow mo, and Cade's like, "Hey, dude, that's you," and Barsha's like, "Dude, no way."
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Kev just put his
I
head
was like,
down.
"Yeah, I'm happy to be walking after that one."
That one was scary.
That was bad.
Yeah. So no, like I said, I was super pumped to actually see it, but super pissed at the same time because everybody's been waiting all week trying to find a video
It's not
of
shocking,
fucking
though.
Barsha taking out Bogle, and we haven't seen it. And then all of a sudden on the broadcast, it just pops up, and we're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
There it
shocking.
was. So, and it was bad. It was pretty good.
It was very blatant.
Yeah, the nice thing was it wasn't like a T-bone move, but it was major side pressure.
It also makes me wonder if before the Barsha the first time, like if something had been going on even before that, because like it wasn't great, but it's not like Barsha like just went straight for the center of his chassis.
Yeah.
So I'm like thinking that he was fucking with Bogle even before that, and Justin's just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like I'm over this.
Yeah.
All right, Kev, one more question for you before we get off the line with you here. What's the East Coast plan here, man? Because we're getting close to that.
I don't know. I mean, clearly now, especially I think Freeze is out now, or I don't know what his head situation is, but like, I'd love to drop down into the 250 class just for this race. But yes, that would be a cool move. Yes, I would probably do pretty well, but then it takes me out of any chance of doing the East Coast. So definitely staying 450 for now. Plan is to do 450 all year. However, 250 stuff is not out of the question.
Look, Kevin Moranz needs to be on a 250 for East Coast.
I was really asking like where you were gonna stay.
I like that he just went the other way. Like I like it. I really do. I like it.
He went straight. I mean, like the
because I've been asking this question for like how many weeks?
Everybody's
now?
been asking me, and I asked him last week. So
like 100%, my plan is to still do 450 the whole time, unless a fill-in ride obviously comes about.
Yep.
But that's why I'm not going to try to drop into the 250 class for this coming weekend. Is because there's 2 Triple Crowns on the other coast. So even if I just race those two Triple Crowns on 250 on the other coast, depending on how thinned out the 450 class gets at that point, I don't know. I think it's just definitely the smarter move to stay out of the 250 class until East Coast instead of trying to drop down for this one round. Obviously, I'd love to drop down right now and just race the rest of East Coast because there's nobody in it. But I don't want to say nobody in it, but it is weak again.
Yeah.
The West Coast is right now. But no, it is what it is. As far as where I'm staying, no idea. Just literally going week to week. Don't even know where I'm staying for this weekend yet. So
oh wait, you aren't
Patreon
staying
support, and I'll be able to make a little bit more of a plan.
Wait, Chris isn't still out there? You're not staying at Chris's house still, or?
Oh, I mean, he doesn't live in Arizona, so we gotta. I mean, we're staying here right now, but when we head to Arizona, I don't know where I'm staying.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
bro, call Hopper. You want me?
Hopper
Isn't
Johnny Hopper?
Isn't he in Utah?
No, he's in Arizona.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You want me to hook this up, bro? Like, Hopper's an old.
I don't know who Hopper is. I don't know how far away he is in the stadium, but if you can hook something up, I'm down to hook something up. Because I was looking into hotels and it's like $350 a night.
Oh, dude,
Johnny's the guy when you were.
Dude, I'm starting a group chat after this. We'll get you hooked up.
Johnny's the guy when you hear for Buck Bash, when we were doing the show with him, Cooksey and Coach, the guy that was screaming at us, "Why the fuck is Kevin Moranz? Why do you not have a mic for him? And why is he not on this podcast?" The guy that was like the whole time. So yeah,
he's got a YouTube channel. It might be as controversial as ours, if not a little bit more.
He's a good dude.
But he's a good dude. Yeah. So yeah, no,
Gotcha.
I'll start a group chat here. We'll get you guys hooked up here and hopefully get something figured out. So
Yeah, I'm sure he would be able to
Sweet.
do it.
yeah, you're not exactly a terrible house guest, so it'll be fine.
I appreciate that.
I'll put in a good word for you. Yeah, he just stays to himself. Like
Yeah.
as long as you give him somewhere to use the bathroom and somewhere to sleep, like a flat surface, he's fine.
Yeah, we're solid.
So,
God.
all right, well, cool, man. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Good luck this weekend, bud.
Like
Indeed.
I said, I'll make some stuff happen here, and we'll talk some bonuses here for these vlogs. So,
Just don't pay attention
like
to that voicemail then.
yeah, no, you can still pay attention to the voicemail. Decided to leave a voicemail. So, all right, buddy, we'll talk soon. Thank you.
So yeah,
All right, no problem. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, bye. All right, Kevin Moranz, everyone,
Kevin Moranz. Getting
Yeah.
closer, man.
getting closer.
Getting closer.
All right.
I do like his idea, though, that he, even though that's not where you were going, and I knew that's not where you were going, I do like, though, that in his head, he is contemplating going down to the 250 East. I understand, and I could
That
respect
has changed in a week here.
I understand. I respect it, and I even said in our group chat, I respect the commitment. I like it, or the whole thing of trust the process. Like, I
Yeah.
like it. I like his head, where his head's at, especially because he knows he's going to be on 450, even though it's projecting way ahead for outdoors.
yeah.
But I do like, though, that he is, and we know that he is obviously a very smart dude, that he is smart enough to contemplate, like, hey, like if I can make something happen in the 250, I'm going to go do it if I
Yeah.
can do it. So I like that, because a lot of people would be like, no, I'm not even thinking about it, and then they would let their pride get in the way.
I don't think the 250 East is the move.
I don't either. I really agree with that either. I don't think it is, but you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
If he is going to stay 450, as far as I'm concerned, if he's going to stay 450 through these last couple West Coast, just go 450 all year, man.
Yeah, no,
Just
I
'cause
completely agree.
The attrition rate starting to catch up. He's obviously starting to feel better.
Yeah.
Just keep it rolling. You're going to start making mains here.
Yep.
And as AC said before he went out, no one gives a shit what you do at the beginning of the year if you're fucking doing good at the end of the year. So if he gets to the point where the attrition rate has caught up and there's a few more spots in the main of guys who haven't won titles or races or whatever before, and he can start getting into them for, like, say, even the last 7-8 rounds, no problem. The year will still look good.
I think that because we know that Kevin is better on the tacky stuff. We know that he's obviously very used to the East Coast because that's what he's pretty much done his entire pro career.
Yeah.
I think that the East Coast, and I think this weekend is going to be tough, but I think that he'll definitely make a main by 8-3. I think that when we go East Coast, I don't think that making a main, no matter what's going on with guys, is going to be an issue for him.
Yeah.
Because just with his style and how calculated he is, I think he's a notch above a lot of these back of like 17 to 22nd place guys. I think that on the East Coast, I think he is just a notch above them because he's used to riding that dirt. Like, he's really good at it. Like, so I think, even though I think he makes a main by A3, I think that if he hasn't, by the time we get to Minneapolis, I don't think mains it's going to be an issue anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So, since I forgot, when we got Kev on the phone, Kev was brought to you by the Dirt Bike Depot. Need some new moto gear but don't want to pay those expensive retail prices? Shop the Dirt Bike Depot for all your moto gear needs. Gear sets, boots, helmets, goggles, and more. They specialize in athlete-only boots as well as tons of more items that you can't buy in stores. Follow them on Insta at Dirt Bike Depot and DM them with any questions you may have. So thanks to Dirt Bike Depot. They're helping us out with some fantasy prizes and things like that. Max, we still need our hats, bro.
Yeah, bro, we need him.
So anyway, okay, so we'll take another quick break here. We will come back. We will call Cole again, and we will talk 250s. We were going to have, like I said, we were going to have Surratt on tonight too. Obviously, if you watched the race, he had a rough time. Surratt was going to be brought to you by our newest sponsor, Holester Co. Make sure to check them out at Oh boy, where's that?
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Look, they're
Sorry.
new. I don't have it memorized. Okay,
Sorry.
leave me alone. I don't even have a read for them. They make Kydeck holsters for things that go bang bang. So if you like things that go bang bang, make sure to check them out and check them out at miholsterco.com. Again, links in the description below to all of our sponsors, and there's discounts for some of them. Discount codes are down there too. So go ahead and check that out in the description down below. Like I said, quick break here. We'll come back. We will call Cole back, and we will talk 250 class for A2 here. So we'll be back in just a second. All right, so we're back here. A little 250 talk. Let's get Cole up on the line again. All right, calling him. 250s brought to you by local sponsor Gutter Works, Kayla and Josh Libretto, Total Moto people over there. Patriots. Make sure to check them out if I can get to the page here. Gutterworks, gutters.com. What the fucking fuck just happened there, bro?
Sounds like your phone just dropped a call.
No. He hung up on us. This is
Wow.
this is his last chance.
Hello, you reached Cole Ugetti.
Oh
with
my
Tucker Power.
fucking god. Okay, never mind. He's out.
Wow.
All right, it's you and I talking 250s here.
Cool.
All right, so let's start. First place, Christian Craig. So we have.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, after hanging up on us twice, you fucking want to
Bro,
goddamn.
you hung up on me.
I didn't hang up
dude.
on
I don't
shit.
I don't have a red pistol
Oh,
on me. I picked
here
up
we
and
go.
then You lost your patience.
Justin, outside perspective. Did you see me touch
No,
the
you didn't.
fucking phone?
You didn't. I don't know what
It
happened there.
answered, and then
The first
you
thing
fucking, it quit
I
ringing.
just said
You
this. I
hung
was
up
like,
on
it
us.
looks like the phone just dropped the call. I don't know what the fuck
I
happened.
didn't hang up, dude. It's your Walmart. It's your Walmart ass service. in that
my
garage.
Walmart ass service.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
Oh
250
my fucking
talk.
god! All right, 250s. Christian Craig comes out after a gnarly press day crash. I mean, that was
after you were
gnarly.
counting him out, telling him he's fucking done. He sucks. Blah 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 blah. Look what
Hey,
happened.
look, I'm still not convinced he's winning this title.
I'm not either.
There was
Well,
pressure.
who's gonna
last
win
night.
it? Moseman's inconsistent. Hunter Lawrence looks like an idiot.
I don't know.
You know what really sucks? You know what really sucks through all this, and I don't care what either of you say right now, but really sucks. The one guy that I think would actually be in this title chase right now is hurt, and that's Seth Hamaker.
Yeah, maybe.
No, there's no maybe.
You mean the guy that would have the points lead right now?
Yeah.
Colt Nichols.
Wow, Colton, that's a different story. That's a totally different story. We're talking about Seth Hamaker right now. If he had never gotten hurt, I honestly think he'd be the guy that'd be challenging Christian. I really do.
Maybe.
Not with his whoop skills. They aren't there yet.
I'm not talking about beating him. I'm talking about points wise. He wouldn't be 11 down because he wouldn't have had a dog shit round like Moseman did. What was it, 2 rounds ago or whatever? He would have just been second or third every round. And that's all you need to be with Christian is going into the last couple rounds is you need to make him think about, oh hey, I have a chance to beat you because I don't have the same. And just so anybody knows, we had this huge debate on all of us with our group chat earlier this week, the last couple days. But I'm not on the same train of thought as like what Travis is saying. I'm just going to go off of history that Christian has not been able to put it together for an entire season. And like I said, I'm starting to go more on history until you can prove otherwise. And nobody can dispute the fact that until he proves otherwise, and maybe this is the year that he does it. And like I said, I've been a Christian fan for a long time. Am I a fan of all the stuff that he does on social media? No, I think it's kind of corny. But history has shown that this man cannot put it together for an entire season, and you can't argue that. That's actual fact. That's not opinion. That's actual fact.
No, I agree 100%.
So now to your point about who would be beating him, I don't know. That's why I said I would take the field because it's kind of up in the air at this point. Moseman looks like he'd be the guy at this point right now because he's the closest. But Christian has to prove that he can do it for an entire season. And like I said, maybe this is the year. Maybe he gets it done. And if he does, I will be happy for him. I really will. The dude has been through a lot in his life. But I still can't believe that he is going to do it because history says he doesn't do it. So, I mean, we've seen him win races before.
No, I agree with that.
But yeah, I don't know. Cool. I'm glad he won. Like I said, if he would have, it didn't shock me that he won. I'm glad he's okay after that ridiculous crash he had in press day. But the only thing you can really say about Christian,
Bro, you good down there?
yeah, right. You okay, man?
You okay back there?
You okay back there?
The only thing you can really say about Christian at this point is he's been solid. Fastest qualifier, won all of his heat races, this and that. He had the one, shit weekend last weekend, which really wasn't shit. It was third. It was good. Can he put it together for an entire series? Because we know he's the fastest guy with Colt being out.
Yeah.
We know he's the fastest guy. That's not a dispute. It's just, can he do it for the entire season? And I'm still not 100% convinced. And I don't know if it was you or Cole. It doesn't really matter who brought it up. But one of you guys brought up the fact of we still have 2 East-West shootouts.
Yeah.
And I'm not so
That was
sure.
me.
What's up?
That was me.
Okay. I'm not so sure that if we get to those East-West shootouts that's really not going to screw it up for it. Maybe his whole West Coast series, he's perfect. Other than the blemish of last weekend getting third. But we get to the East Coast round or the East-West shootouts, and that's where he really loses the points, which it doesn't really matter how he loses the points. If that's how he loses them, that he loses the title.
But then again, he's losing points. But then I don't think Mosman or Hunter.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about speed. I'm talking about the fact of he loses points because he tries to ride over his head to prove a point, and that costs him
like a
points.
dick measuring contest.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I don't think Mosman is going to do any better or Hunter. I'm just saying that if Mosman takes a 6th or a 7th, but Christian crashes his brains out because he's trying to beat Jet or J-Mart or whoever and gets 13th, that's how he loses the title.
Do we? When's the?
The first one is going to be St. Louis.
Oh no shit.
No, wait a minute. Is St. Louis? No. I'm sorry. Atlanta's the first East-West shootout. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay.
Atlanta's the East-West shootout. St. Louis is a Triple Crown. I apologize.
Okay. Yeah.
So Atlanta's going to be the first. Well, and that's a totally different thing too because of the track layout. It's a speedway track. So now we're talking about something that's even more of a factor. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not trying to make it seem like
it's going to be a shootout at a speedway.
Yeah, the Atlanta and obviously
like
Salt
that.
Lake. Yep. So that even you could kind of say even plays even less into Christian's favor. So, like I said, I don't want to make it seem like I'm shitting on Christian and I'm downplaying him. I'm just trying to look at history. History shows that he can't do it, and I just feel like when we get to that East-West shootout, it's going to be. I don't think it's going to go great because I think if you're even going off speed, I don't think he's even top 3 speed in the East. I really don't. He's been great, but it's a real debate.
It'll be interesting to see, that's for sure.
I just don't think he's outright faster than Jet, J-Mart, and Faulkner. I just don't. Because he really hasn't been in the last, however many years he's been racing those guys. So, I don't know. Like I said, if he wins it, I'll be really, really happy for him. It'll be a long time coming. But the only thing you can really say about Christian at this point is can he put it through an entire season?
That's the thing. Yeah. The only thing that can beat him is himself.
Yeah. So that's
not sold. I'm not sold on him until he's holding the number 1 place.
Exactly, and that's
what it is.
That's my point. I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to downplay what he's doing. What he's doing is great. It's obviously better than he's ever been. He's killing it. We know he's the fastest dude on this coast with Colt being out. But like I said, it's one of those things that we could get to the last round. He could be 20 points up, and you still can't. You wouldn't get me to bet that he's going to win that race because history shows that he can't do it. Now, like I said,
right.
So fun fact. The East-West shootout is Atlanta.
Atlanta, yep.
But the round before that, St. Louis. So we go Triple Crown, East-West shootout.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Those East Coast guys, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, but it'll be fun for us, though, man. It'll be fun for us, though. That's going to be a wild 2 weekends back-to-back.
Yeah.
Because then what? Daytona is... Yeah, Daytona's before... Yeah, dude, like the way the East Coast schedule... It's going to be crazy. But...
Can we talk... I know we're on 250s here. But just looking at this, can we talk about the fucking TV schedule? Glendale, it's only on Peacock. A3, only on Peacock. Arlington, only on Peacock.
I'm glad I have Peacock.
Oh, no, wait. It's on CNBC.
I'm glad I have Peacock.
Well, newsflash,
CNBC.
everybody has a streaming service nowadays, so
Yeah.
who gives a fuck if it's on TV?
I'm glad I'm on Peacock.
Because my streaming's out here kind of sucks.
What have you been watching it on?
I watch on the iPad. But, like, did anybody else have problems with it freezing last night a whole bunch?
I had it happen 2 weeks ago, like mid-Maine. But the way my internet works is if something frees up while it's live and it'll do the buffering thing, it'll literally, when it picks back up, it'll pick up right where it left off.
Yeah, like mine
So
did,
it doesn't, like, move forward.
Mine did, too. But I had 2 times last night where it completely crashed on me.
Oh, that's
and I had to
weird.
exit out and come back in. And, like...
That's your Walmart service.
Well, and like, Matt Mitchell even texted me, and he's got, like, good internet at his house, and he's like, dude, is this freezing on you? And I'm like, yeah. Like, it keeps... I had about 4 or 5 times that froze up. Or maybe more than that. I had it 4 or 5 times that really froze up. Probably half dozen that it froze up. And then, like I said, twice it crashed out. I had to exit out and come back in.
Mine during outdoors didn't crash ever, but it was one of those things where the resolution popped in and out really bad.
Fucking sucks, too.
But, like, for the most part, that was the only time I've ever really had it, like, where it just stopped. But like I said, with my internet, it'll pick up right where it left off. But, yeah, with Christian... So, I mean, Mosman,
Yeah, I'm with you on Craig. Like, until... And we were arguing about this in the group chat of... Well, who do you think's going to win? I don't have a good pick of who's going to win.
No, you don't.
I don't know. I'm not arguing that someone
the
else is
favorite's
going to
not
win
there.
over him. Yeah. So I'm just like out on it, but but I don't necessarily. I'm 50-50 on whether Craig's going to win this or not. So, all right, moving on. Second place here, Michael Mosman, and I mean the top 3 are the top 3. You got Craig, Mosman, Lawrence.
Freeze might have had himself a
I
podium
think,
for it.
yeah, I think
He
that-
was
oh, dude.
close. And
I
we'll get
wanna
to him
see-
in a second.
I want to
but-
see Vince on a 250 outdoors.
We'll get to him in a second, but I mean, these are basically the three.
Yeah, because like I said,
Guys.
Joe is not Joe Schmoda right now.
Joe is having a sophomore slump.
and he's
I
pushing
think
too
he's
hard.
having. I think the expectations changed on him way too much.
And I think
he's not really dealing with the pressure very
No.
well.
I also think he's trying to ride differently. That's just his style doesn't suit that. And I said this 2
No.
2 shows ago. It just doesn't fit. But Mosman, I mean, good. Like he kept Christian within stalking distance. Like he didn't
Kinda
get
lick it on.
What? Yeah, he didn't get
I like
completely
his gear.
blitzed in the whoops.
No.
Like Christian obviously is the fastest dude in the whoops, but Mosman was holding his own. Yes, he got super loose like 5 or 10 different times.
Yeah.
But still though, like he straightened it back out. He didn't go down.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mosman was just a touch off. He was just a touch off
Yeah.
last night.
Yep.
Just enough for Craig to win.
But the whoops though were what it separated. Because if you go
Yeah.
the rest of the track, it even showed once Christian got around and he pulled a little bit of a gap. Besides the whoops, Mosman closed back up on him with about 5 minutes to go, and he was right like within, like I said, stalking distance of his rear fender.
Yeah.
So you could literally say last night the only difference between Christian and Mosman was the whoops.
Yep.
If Mosman was just as fast as which coulda, shoulda, woulda, but if he was just as fast as Christian or even just a little less.
Yeah.
There's a debate whether Mosman could have made something happen within the last few laps, but it is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah. Now Hunter
Hunter
he was
is-
way off last night.
I don't like this is not even Hunter's not even
He's
as good
a-
as he was last year.
He was so they went 16 laps in total in the 250 main. He was 16 seconds behind. So he's a second a lap off last
Do
night.
you
But that was last night. I feel like outside of that, he's been up to speed after the first few laps.
guys play and I can't remember who said it, but they said it on the I can't remember if it was on the broadcast or Race Day Live. But they made a comment and it's something we all think about, but we kind of don't give a second thought to. Do you think that there's anything to the fact of because he was never supposed to ride west and then Jet getting hurt?
Yeah, they did say that something about that.
And
I
it's
think
something
it was
we all
qualifying.
it's something we all talk about and we all think about, but we're like, well, these guys are professionals, they should always be ready.
Yeah.
But do you think that there's maybe something to that? The fact that he had never in his mind was actually thinking about riding west. It was always going to be Jet. And then literally with a week to go, oh hey bro, you're riding west because your brother weeded himself.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there could be. There definitely could be because what was it? 10 days before?
It was December 27th when we found out the news. That,
Yeah, so roughly 10 days.
Yeah.
Before. Yeah, that's close. Like if it's 2.5 weeks, I think you're okay.
Yeah.
But 10 days before, not that he wasn't ready, but it's just like there might have been something at
It's
the end of
it's a
training
big
camp.
mental thing for
Yeah.
sure.
Because you also, for Hunter, a guy that it like is going in thinking, oh, I'm going to be prepared for a certain type of dirt.
Yep.
I'm setting my bike up a certain way. I know I have a
He's
couple.
already sizing up the competition.
Exactly.
That's who he's
I,
gonna be against.
yep. I already have, I already have in my mind, like, this is when I'm going to try to peak. And then 10 days to go, oh, sorry, bro. Like, you're west now. Completely different situation, which we
Yeah.
know for the 250 guys is a thing. When you're on the 450 class, like, it is what it is. You have to ride them no matter, you have to ride both coasts
So
no matter what.
you don't want to go conspiracy theory and think that they were just playing everybody saying Jet was going west and then actually he was going east the whole time and the crash was just a happy accident.
I don't believe in that. I really don't, because I think that Jet, because we know that his sole focus now is to win the Supercross title before he goes to the 450.
Yeah.
He
He
wanted
would
to
have
race.
got himself an easy title.
And I think that, well, yeah, actually, you could kind of say that because it also came down late that Justin and before Cooper got hurt, that Justin and Colt were flipping coasts.
Yeah.
So I would have thought that maybe, Jet wants to get one back because Colt just straight up beat him last year. Oh, he wants to prove I'm better than Colt. But then I have to think about that though we didn't know they were switching until right around the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't believe that. I think that Hunter knew that at the end of outdoors, he was always going to ride east.
Yeah.
Like I really believe that. And maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that he was.
And I agree. I think it plays a slight factor. I don't think it's a major factor,
Yeah.
but I think it is a
But it's
slight
still something to
factor.
think about.
Yeah. That like there it is. So
He's just that was bad last night, and I know
Yeah.
it's one race, and he's still mathematically in it, but that was just not a
Yeah,
good
it
look
wasn't-
because
wasn't good.
like I said, I think Vince, had he not gone down, probably would have beat him.
yeah. Yeah, to
So.
be honest. So all right.
Yeah, do you think it's like a Johnny O thing? You think like his body's burnt out?
Oh well, me and Travis talked about this in Iron Man. Like Hunter was not he did not look physically well. When we rolled up to Ironman on Friday, and we were all walking through the pits when we just got done talking to Kev, and Hunter's chick, Jet's chick, Lucas Myrtle, Hayes, they were walking through, and I even turned over to Travis, and I looked at him, and I go, Hunter does not look well. He does not look well. And then we all saw how that weekend went for him. I understand it was hot as shit.
No, but he's got, from what I understand, he has his stuff straightened out now.
Yes.
Because of getting in with Red Bull. So he can go to the Red Bull
Yeah, he can go to the performance.
use
But
their
the
stuff.
end of outdoors last year, there was something clearly wrong with him.
Yeah, there was. Something was fucked up. No matter how much they want to talk about.
Yeah,
he had his shit figured out. It was not figured out.
Yeah,
yet.
no, it was bad.
Yep. So, all right, moving on. Nate Thrasher, 4th place. That was a good finish for Thrasher.
Looked really good in that heat race.
He
too.
did look good.
How about his heat race, buddy?
Yep. No,
God,
heat
he looked
race
good.
was real good. Yep.
He looked real, and we obviously know once again. Whoops! It's always gonna be the separator for Christian, but his speed. Same thing with Mosman. It's not like Christian just yarded him.
Yeah.
Like Nate's speed was there. It's just we
He
get
was
to the
good in
whoops.
at those speedway races.
Yeah.
Well, in all
Super
fairness,
solid.
Christian has said that Thrasher's not that far off him at the test track.
No,
Like,
it's just
he's
because
close.
Christian's whoop speed is so significantly better than everybody else. Once again, coulda, woulda, shoulda. But if you take out the whoops, like Nate was just as fast as him.
Yeah.
And I mean, he even like closed back up once Christian got around him. It's just once again, like other than Atlanta last year, like he has not been in those spots where he's even been leading heat races. And we all know that just kind of like with winning main events,
Yeah.
you have to learn it. You have to know how to.
Yep.
This is how I'm going to pace myself. This is when I'm going to push. This is when I'm going to settle in. Like anticipate the guys behind you because their speed is so much different than being in 5th and the guys behind you then. And he's slowly getting better, and he looked good. I was impressed, honestly, that he kept Christian that close for that long.
I was too. The heat race impressed me a lot.
Because I thought Christian was going to get around him, and it was just set sail, and it was gone.
Yeah.
And Nate's like, no, bro. Like, I'm not going to let you go.
And you know me, I'm not a Thrasher
Yes.
guy. So,
But it was impressive.
Yeah, but it was. I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
it
he's
was
making
good.
improvements.
And,
so.
and I think if he can keep getting starts, I think that Triple Crown will be good for him this weekend. Because his
Yeah.
starts were actually good last night.
Yeah.
So.
All right. 5th
Not necessarily in the main though, because I was watching him in the main, and he came from 7th, 8th.
Yeah.
Thrasher was.
Yep. Well,
And this is going to play into Travis's side a little bit.
Yep.
But,
Here we go. Yeah. Give it to me. Give it to me now.
Freezy and Shimoto both wrecked themselves and gave him 2 spots.
He did. But I will say that as far as I say his starts were better. They were better than the first 2 rounds. The first 2 rounds, like he was outside like what 13th, 14th. It's like some Dylan shit. Like he was like bad.
Yeah.
So he's getting better and better. But at least we know that like now we've seen it. His speed is not the issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's just he needs to put it all together at once, and I think he's getting there.
Yeah.
So I think by the time we get to A3, I think you're going to see him on the box.
Look, man, this kid might earn himself a place to stay in Star Yamaha for next year.
So do we want to talk? Do we want to go to Vince yet, or do we want to go to who we got?
Next up, we got Swole, 5th place. All right,
Dude. It shouldn't surprise me.
I mean, it was just I like him and Thrasher going back and forth quite a bit. Though you guys see that?
It was good. That was good back and forth.
They were going at it.
But Jalik, we clearly know that he was slower than Nate. Like
Yeah.
and once again, we talk about the same thing with Freeze. Vince he knows how to anticipate things. But Jesus, at some point though, Jalik has been doing this for a very long time, and it's not like when guys get around Vince.
and
at
this
least
only his 3rd year in pro.
is his 3rd year? Did
Yeah,
he go pro in 2019?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Honestly, I think so.
But he has this tendency where like, and it's put him on his head quite a bit, where even when he can't play like you leave the door open, I'm gonna run you wide, or I'm gonna square down underneath you and then push you a little bit going to the next section. Like he rides above and beyond his limit to keep doing that.
Dude, this is only his 3rd year.
And that's what's scared. Like that's what annoys me with him, because that's why he has been in the situations that he has. Because if you're smart enough, like you know this guy's faster than me, obviously you're not just going to let him around you. But at some point, you as a racer has to realize, like, hey, like I can only do this for so long before I start wearing myself out. And he just likes to go above and beyond and take it too far. And it's like, dude, it's gonna keep biting him. Like he's crashed quite a few times because he's done this. And that's what scares me with him, because he gets so close to other. Like, dude, there was a couple times where he didn't cross jump, but he kind of took Nate's line away in the rhythm section, and it's kind of like, bro, you're not only going to take him out, but you're going to take yourself out.
Well, I've heard this in other things too, in other podcasts where they talk about these 250 kids. Like they have no sense of
awareness
at all. And like that was what Swole did in the opening round. Was like he scrubbed off that fucking triple and he shouldn't have, and then that ended up costing him by everything happening that happened. And they've talked about this, like I said, I've heard it in other podcasts of like, this is what these 250 kids do, is they just have no sense of awareness and they fucking scrub everything. It's like, no, first lap, you're in traffic, just jump the jumps.
Yeah.
just go fast enough so you can jump the jumps,
because
and you
especially
don't
like
fuck anybody
Jalik,
up. Yeah.
especially with somebody of Jalik's caliber, when he's that far back, the talent and the speed difference is so huge that a lot of those other guys, their brain can't process information like his can. So like you can't be doing that shit. I guess my whole point
It's
is
like an A-class kid riding with me on the
Yeah,
track.
I
Like,
know.
bro, chill out. I'm not processing you whipping as fast as I'm riding.
My biggest thing is I just don't want to see Jalik get hurt again. That's my biggest thing. Is I don't want to see him get hurt to other people, and I don't want to see him get hurt again.
By the way, this is only his third year. 2020 was his first Supercross season.
All right. Yep,
so.
yep. So my thing is I just don't want to see the kid get hurt again because, like I said, it has hurt him quite a few different times. So that's my biggest takeaway is like, bro, like 2 or 3 times, fine. But once you get past straight up, like you got to stop doing that. You're not fast enough, and you're not going to be able to play this cat and mouse game for 15 more minutes.
Yeah.
Like it's just that's not how you work. That's not how it works.
100%. So, all right, moving on. Carson Brown in 6. Carson Brown is like, whoa, easy.
I just want to
These are the cheapest mic stands we can buy. It rattles. Please don't do that.
Cole Carson Brown. Great finish, right, buddy?
Dude,
don't even talk about fantasy, bro. We'll just talk about racing.
I know, but that's impressive. That is very respectful.
For a guy that we've always said has a lot of speed, but just stupid shit.
Yep.
Good, right? Good.
We're there. He's with this depleted field here in the West, he's consistent top 10 guy at this point.
I think the coolest thing.
I figured Robbie Wageman would be a little better than him, but
Wageman though, I don't think he didn't get a great start.
No, he had a shit start because I had him on fantasy, so I was watching. It was shit. We were far back.
Yeah, I think his speed is better than Carson's. I think with the people starting to going out, especially hopefully Vince is not out for too long, but if he is out, I think that Wageman can inch even closer to that top 5 because I think that A1 that speed was not a fluke. But with Carson Brown though, we've always said we watch this kid. Let's be real, we all watch his Instagram stuff, pit bikes, whatever, ripping a KLX 110, CR5, whatever. Kid's got a lot of talent, super fast, just a lot of dumb shit. It's cool to see him finally being able to stay healthy and put in actual results instead of just going, well, if the kid could have stayed on 2 wheels, he could have done this, this, and this, but he can't stay on 2 wheels.
And his fake teeth look good.
Fake teeth. He's got fake teeth.
He knocked out like all his front teeth in that crash in the first round.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
That was what
He's
I
got
heard.
caps?
I don't know.
he knocked out like 2 of them, I think.
I don't know, but I saw him on some interview yesterday, and
I was about
he
to
was
say,
smiling, and he had all his teeth.
I was about to say that's
like,
definitely not cheap if you get all
Well,
those.
maybe you got a little bonus for that 6. You can get them fixed.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
But good for him though, man. That's cool. Either any way you want to slice it, like doing that well, that's an accomplishment, especially for that team.
Well, he wasn't going to do it this year because he was going to ride a 125.
Yeah, because he still would have made mains, but yeah, he definitely wouldn't have been in the top 10.
Yeah. So,
you think he would have made mains? Him versus Stank? Who you got?
Oh, dude,
Carson Brown all
He'll
day.
fucking wax Stanky on a 125, 250, dude, 250 at Washougal, and I understand it's Washougal. He was running top 10 on a bone stock 252 stroke.
Boom.
Yeah, it's the talent's there.
Dude, that kid's got a lot of talent. So I'm just happy for him that he's finally putting it together.
7th place, Joe Schmoda. I wrote this down. Sophomore slump.
Well, dude, it's not even a sophomore slump though. It's his junior year. Remember, he raced Supercross on a Geico Honda.
Hold the phone.
Yep.
He didn't race the whole entire season, but he raced a season on that Geico Honda the last year.
He did race Geico Honda.
Yep. When he was what,
All right.
80? Number 84?
Hold on. 21, he raced Supercross. 20, he was Supercross.
Go back to 2020. He raced.
Yeah, 20. So
yeah,
20.
this is his junior year.
This is his junior year. Okay, yeah, baby, you're right. Yeah, I'm with you though. I think after the way last year went, the expectations have changed, and it's a little like ooh, and especially with Colt going out, Jet not racing, Colt going out in the first round.
I thought he was going to be the guy to win the title if he had not been on those coasts.
Yeah. So
it's not good.
The expectations have changed, and it's a little bit. He's said he wants to push out of his comfort zone a little bit, and he's doing it, but it's not working. He needs to go back to just riding in his comfort zone. Look, it's like that movie Hitch. Like, bro, you're right here. Mm-hmm. This is where you're at. Don't get out of here. This is you.
Right here. Yep.
Shimoda, Joe, sushi, whatever you want to call yourself.
Sushi roll.
you're right here, bro.
Because
Just stay
that-
right here.
that
and-
version of Joe-
and we'll come around.
That version of Joe is good. That's a podium guy. That's a main event winner. Whether you want to say it was the end of the year or not, still won a main.
That is the guy that when Christian hits the deck, because he's been just doing this the
He
whole
would win.
time, he then wins the title.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I'm gonna be real honest with you, like that. I really believe that he would be the guy that would be right there if Joe from last year was racing out there.
And right now it's turning out to be Hunter.
yeah,
which is crazy.
Which I'm gonna be real honest with you, and we'll
Takes
get
his helmet off and it's Hunter.
it's fucking.
Yes.
I'm gonna be real
Maybe he
honest with
takes his
you.
helmet off.
Yeah, it's
Hunter
fucking
takes
Hunter.
his helmet off this year, and it's actually Akira Narita.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
yeah, it's that one. Never mind. Yeah, I'm super disappointed.
Or it's that Koga guy.
It's that way, yeah, Taiki Koga, or that one dude that like
Yes.
Doug Dubach brought in and rode the Yamaha all years ago.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking Yasuki Nakamuto or something. I don't know. I'm just really disappointed.
Totsuki Tomoda.
Yeah, I'm just really disappointed with Joe. Like, I really thought that if he was on a coast without Calder Jet, he was going to be winning a title, and he's not even in the ballpark.
No, not at all.
Like-
not at all.
And he's not fixing it, was what I don't understand.
He just keeps pushing. He needs to just calm her down. Go back to, like I said, you're right here, bro.
You're right here, bro.
This is you.
not you.
This is not you.
This is you.
Don't do this.
Yes, don't do this. This
Just,
is you.
You're right,
Yeah, right
here.
here.
You're right here. Let's play the hit. Cole, can you cut this and put the Hitch video in and put it on Instagram? Because
Well, copyright.
we'll get a no.
Maybe,
we
yeah.
can put it
You
on
just gotta,
Instagram.
you gotta
will
tell
be
me
all
what minute it is or send me
Yeah.
the footage.
right. Anyway,
I'm just my bigger thing is I'm just super disappointed because
Yeah.
I really like Joe. I really
Yeah.
do. I just he's got to get it figured out, man, because he can't keep doing this. He just can't especially with Seth being gone. He has got to be getting on the box and winning races.
Yeah.
because when your counterpart the first 2 rounds gets a 2-3 and you have not yet, it's not a good look. And Mitch ain't happy.
hey,
No.
how funny would it be if he's still the best pro circuit guy this year? He's in 4th place right now.
I'm going
by
to
the
tell you
way.
right now, with the guys that are on East Coast, well, at least 2 out of those 3 guys. If the guys that are
Well,
on
you got
East,
McAdoo and Fortner. Those guys are.
Hit the
Yeah,
deck
I
like
know.
fucking mad.
but we
and
know that
don't bounce.
We know that at least one of those guys is legitimately, without a doubt, faster than Joe in Supercross. It's Supercross.
Yeah.
If he,
I
that
don't know.
Mitch is going to start literally pulling his hair out and start just throwing bikes at people.
Good old Mitch. All right. Moving on. So Carson Mumford 8th. I mean, Mumford's just having a solid season,
Davey Millsaps,
which is exactly what he needs.
do you think it's Davey
He
Millsaps?
needed
related?
this, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's in 7th place right now in the points.
Suzuki
I mean,
looks good.
yeah, they've got that motor working. So.
Larry Brooks,
Larry
knows how
Brooks,
to-
baby.
Larry Brooks
This
knows
is
how to
his
build.
second season, right?
Just bringing her in.
Yes.
No,
No.
he's 3rd too.
3rd season.
Let me see here. So
No, wait a minute. Isn't
20,
it?
yeah, so 21.
No,
he's got
because he was
Supercross.
supposed to go in with Geico, and they
So
pulled the
Phoenix,
plug out.
yeah, no. So Phoenix or Michael Lindsay's team was his first year last year.
Yeah, 21 is his first Supercross season. So
Yep.
yeah, this is only his second. So he's a
Yeah,
sophomore
so
year.
Good for him.
So yeah, so that's not bad. Cool. Robbie Wageman 9th. We had a shit start, so that was a
Faster
problem
than
there.
ninth. Faster than ninth. I'll just say. that.
Yeah. Derek Kelly 10th. That's a good ride for Kelly considering he crashed in
Had to
the
go
heat.
through the LCQ.
Yeah, had to go through the
That's why I
LCQ.
stay away from him.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
He's like, as JT says, he's sitting there after qualifying, just shaking that ass with that qualifying time at me. I stay away. At
least he's not Jerry Robin.
I know when no means no. At
least he's not-
I just am like, nope.
At least he's not Jerry Robin.
Oh, Jerry. Poor Jerry.
Jerry's gonna Jerry.
Dylan Walsh, 11th place, dude. Another solid ride for
2
this
weekends
kid.
in a row. He's got an
How much of
11.
the LCQ as well?
Have you guys watched any of his YouTube stuff?
I watched the first couple stuff when he
I
was
did
hanging
too,
out
yeah,
with
first few.
Gage Scher's mom from
Yeah.
Grindstone.
Oh, is that who that chick is in there?
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yep.
figure out who that is.
Yeah, it's
But,
Gage's mom.
I mean, compared to watching the first couple of those when he came over to where he's at now, like, I mean, he's making
I
improvements.
really will be curious to see if he
I'm gonna hit him up and see if we can get him on the show.
he's fucking wild. He is
a wild bro.
He is wild, dude. He's a Kiwi. He's a wild kid, bro. He's a wild kid. I really will be curious to see if he stays over here for outdoors.
Yeah.
I know that the Revo team obviously is not going to help him, and maybe he has contractual obligations to go back over and do GPs.
Maybe.
But I think that he's one of those kids that like I just want to see him in our outdoor series because he's got like
Took that out with my beak.
he's like those he's like that one kid that for like one lap he's like fast as shit, and
Yeah.
you feel like he's literally on the edge of imploding. So I like Dylan Walsh. He's a wild child.
All right. Cole Thompson, okay, 12th place.
Cole Thompson's
Solid.
Mitchell Harrison, 13th. He's working through some things.
Finally.
We'll just
Yep.
leave it there.
Yep.
Carnell
Carne
Asada, 14th. He
Got
was
me
on my
some good
fantasy
fantasy
team.
points.
Yep, real
Yep.
good one. Dominique Thory,
Hey, at least he made it in the main
with
this
his little
week.
dog, made the main, and
Oh,
he's in.
nice. I'm glad he makes it in the main the week after.
Yeah, bro. Hey, I told you, $5 you can buy my picks off me.
All right,
You
who
can't
got
use Matt's joke.
It's not a joke. I'm not joking. I'm
no,
serious.
Travis is serious.
I will sell you guys picks here.
Yeah, Matt was doing the same thing. You're
Yeah,
copying
I
Matt.
know. Except for Matt, you don't want to buy his. That motherfucker sucks
Yeah, he
too.
only had 250 guys in.
You should chop your legs off at your knees, and you can be the new Matt.
Hunter,
Oh, God.
Hunter, yeah.
Hunter
Dude, I'd have to
Schlosser?
cut my whole leg off to be able. And then my
Okay.
third leg would
All
still
right.
hold me up taller than that motherfucker.
All right, short jokes. Not
Hunter
funny.
Schlosser, 16th.
Schlosser.
So he made the main. That's cool. Rod Bell, Summer Rod Bell, 17th. I actually had him on my fantasy team
So
and
did
took
I.
him off. I
I'll
got
be real
fucking
honest
nervous.
with you. I absolutely hate watching him ride Supercross.
Dude, he
looks like
great.
a turtle.
It's not
He
great.
looks like a fucking turtle.
It's not fucking great.
He looks like a turtle.
I was super sad. I took him off because he made it in
This
right
is what he
to the
reminds me
heat.
of. This is what he reminds me of.
Jesus Christ. All right, McKellen Hyle, 18th.
How'd you say it again?
Hyle.
McKellen Hall?
McKellen Hyle.
There's like another dude in the 450 class.
I don't
named
know how
Kai
you say his
Hot.
fucking name.
No, I think you got it right. It's just funny to say his name because I don't think anybody actually pronounces it correct.
All right. Well, whatever. Vince Freeze. Dude,
That was bad.
that was scary.
That was bad.
That was bad.
I was getting like
Fucking
PTSD.
headbutted Shimoda's front tire going through the
That,
whoops.
yeah, that wasn't good.
He was,
And
he was like,
definitely
fuck. He was like, fuck
concussed,
this guy.
Well, he's got they only said that he had to get stitches
In his
'cause-
tongue, yeah.
In his
No,
tongue.
I haven't heard concussion. I only heard stitches. But the way he was stumbling around,
Oh, he was punch drunk. That
he was
bad.
punch drunk for a sec. He stumbles off the track and almost stumbles back on the track on live TV, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna fucking die.
You think
I'm bummed for him. I think he would have held
Got
it
it.
up.
I do.
He
I
looked
think
good.
so too. He was looking good.
he legit was? He was top
He
3
might
speed.
podium that Triple Crown, boys.
Yeah,
if
he
he's
might.
healthy, I really hope. But dude,
That was a great ride by
do you
him,
really think that whole time, like when he stood back up and turned, that Joe's just going no?
though. Dude? I don't know, man.
Oh,
The
he's
thing
like,
is,
no, don't do this to me.
Joe was that was like a French accent.
Jesus Christ.
Joe was probably speaking Japanese, going no.
It's like the fucking old Godzilla movies. His mouth is moving a mile per minute, and all you hear is no.
no,
Hold on. I'll do it. You ready?
no.
No.
Who?
Oh, we're
That
terrible
dude-
fucking people.
like,
We love
after-
Joe.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to, I don't know if you guys noticed it. Justin probably did, but Prebula.
Yeah,
in
we were
that
just talking
LCQ.
about that.
Dude, yes, almost made it, bro.
I almost made a comment in the group chat. If Chris made it in, we should get him on because, dude, that's pretty cool for him considering how his first
I'll
round.
get him on anyway.
Well, he's a good dude.
We could get him on anyway.
Yeah, he's a good dude, especially considering how his first round went to be that close. That was impressive.
Yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I know him pretty well from growing up racing. I could probably get
Well, and him and his whole family, they're just good people.
Yep.
Can we talk about, even though he didn't make the main, but how disastrous this season?
Can we go through the rest of the main?
Oh, sure,
people
okay,
Here?
okay, sure.
So 20th spot, Caden Amarine on my fantasy team. Y'all can fucking suck it because y'all told me that was a terrible pick. Pick him. Terrible
It's
pick.
terrible.
got 20.
I
That
can't
was
wait
terrible.
for you
Made-
to pick him, and
made-
he's finally going to burn you.
All right,
Made
21.
it in the fucking main.
Who-
No
whatever.
problem.
I don't
Can't
care.
wait until you get burned.
21st, Rich Taylor, and 22nd.
Cool for Richard Taylor. First
First
main.
main.
he's ever-
Yeah,
yep.
that was cool.
Yep.
And Chris Blows, 22nd.
Yeah, Chris Blows was on my team.
He's
Yeah, that
having
was
a rough go for his last one here. What happened last night? I don't remember.
He went down. I think he went down in the first rhythm section after the start.
No.
Can we talk about the guy who has had the most disastrous season outside of Colt Nichols? And that's Garrett fucking Marchbanks.
Yeah, what happened to him last night? Have we heard anything?
Well, he
'Cause
went
he didn't
down,
ride the
front
heat.
wheel in the heat race, and then
Oh,
he went down in the
got shook in the
LCQ.
LCQ. He went
Oh.
down on that wall where some guys were wall
I
or
think,
jumping over the table.
I think that Addison disease is catching up to him.
yeah. Let's put it this way. I was real happy I took him off my fantasy team last
So
night.
here's a question. Even though he's obviously a very huge signing for Club MX outside of Amart, how much more of this do you think
I don't know. This
Brandon
is rough.
Haas and all them are going to be like?
I don't know. This is rough.
Yeah, after all his cockiness, I'm going to bring some wins to this team.
I mean, maybe he'll. I don't know, man.
It's not good.
I'm not trying
not
to.
good.
Like, we're joking, and Addison's disease is nothing to like shake at. Like
Yeah.
it definitely affects people. It's like it affects people just in the same like the way EBV does. It definitely fucks with your system. But dude, this has not been good.
It's not a good. No, it's
Is
not
this
a
one
good
of
look.
is this one of 4 mains he's made? He's only made A1. Did he make?
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, he's made them all, but he almost podiumed A1.
No. Did he make last week? I don't think he made last week, Cole.
he was in. He
What
got 20 seconds.
Yeah, he was in.
Okay.
And then he pulled off. Yep.
Okay, so either way-
which was a bike problem, but
I don't think
Alpine
it's-
Stars was over there looking at him, and he was like arm around the mechanic type deal. But I heard that what's it called? I heard that Club pulled him off because they saw the bike problem happening or something. So
It's not good, man.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's yeah. I don't like I said. I don't know how much more he can keep doing this before Club's just like, dude, we can't.
well, and here's the thing: Club has to have some sort of money behind it, and not just from Club
I think it's the
for them to have this many dudes, so they can go out and
What's the main sponsor? MX.
I think
ATV?
FXR is putting some money in because you go in Canada and
Yeah.
FXR is
Well,
everywhere.
them and the what is it? The MX and ATV thing or whatever.
well, I'm a comebacks on there. I don't know what the other one is.
I'm not even talking about the I'm a comeback. The other one that's been with them from day one, like
I don't
MX
know.
ATV
Well,
bikes. or
they
something.
got Muck Off this year too.
Yep.
And I can tell you what,
Oh yeah,
Muck Off is getting ready to
That dude's
change some stuff.
that dude's got a lot of money too. The guy that owns that, he's got a
yeah.
lot of money.
Well, yeah, I talked to them at AIM Expo, and they've got some really big plans. And
Yeah.
I guess Muck Off's been pretty big in the European space for quite a few
Oh,
years
yeah.
now.
Oh yeah, because they've been all
So-
over the GPs, haven't they?
Dude, they back when our shop was first on Winter's Drive, way back in like 07, we were using their stuff. So they've been around, like they've been doing it big for a long time.
Define
I mean-
big stuff they got coming down the pipes. Let's hear that. Let's
Is there
break.
anything you
Well, I mean, they
let's
got
break
a
some news.
badass electric. They got a badass electric power washer.
Sick. I'm in. How much
Fucking
is it?
Sweet.
10 grand.
I don't know, but they got a badass parts washer too. They're
Ooh.
eco-friendly parts washer,
I don't
and
care
that
about the
thing is
eco-friendly
killer,
part.
dude.
Okay, I'm in.
I'm on the parts washer.
We
I can
need
do
that. We got a parts washer
look,
here for
I-
Justin's shop over
Look,
here.
I'm not plugging them in any way. Like I would if they sponsor the show, but even if not, but their shit works. Like I love their stuff. It has always been good to
Well,
me.
I might be able to get them. I might be able to get them to sponsor. Who knows?
It really
Because,
depends if they're going to censor us
they
or not.
I
they
don't
want
think
to
so.
sponsor local track wash areas.
I don't think they would. I mean, that dude, the guy that owns Muck Off, is a pretty straight shooter with stuff.
I'm down for anybody who wants to come on sponsor wise, and
Their product's good too. Like
Yeah.
I said, their product is very good and it
but
works.
anybody who tells us I can't say something negative about any of the series, if I don't like it, I'll give them their money right back.
I don't.
We're out.
I don't think the dude that owns Muck Off would be all about that. He's a pretty straight
I hope
shooter
not,
guy.
but we'll see. Well, it depends how much he wants to actually be involved in the series or whatever. So
Money makes the monkey dance.
yeah,
Yep.
So money makes the monkey dance, but this monkey will make his own fucking money. So anyway, anything
That was such a weird exchange.
anything else?
Glendale picks.
Triple Crown?
That's all we got left, pretty much at this point.
Oh, did you? Oh, this is 250 class.
No, we can do both because this is the end of the show, pretty much.
Yeah, this is it. So God, so it's really hard with both classes, even with the top three and the 450 kind of separating a little bit here. But with the 450s, man, I can only narrow it down to two. I can't go to one. I'm gonna say it's either Ken or Eli
Are you talking about like who wins mains or who wins the overall?
overall.
Oh,
Ken or
see,
Eli.
because I was just gonna give you like who I think's gonna win the main, and I don't know who's gonna win the overalls.
Nope.
I got overall Eli and Jason.
450s. Like I said, I will just go the main event winners. I think that Eli wins one. I think that Ando wins two. I don't know what's going to happen in one of the other mains that he doesn't win.
You don't think Kenny's gonna win any of them?
No, man, I don't.
The last time we were at Glendale for Triple Crown,
but that was
Kenny
a different Ken,
swept it.
that was a different Ken Roxon. That's not the same guy right now.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because like I said, you look at last night, even him getting the start,
Yeah.
he was about to get passed within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm out on Kenny. I don't know what's going to happen with Coop and the 250s. I will go. I think Christian wins two, and I think Mosman wins one. Because if you look at it last night, Mosman. Well, God, dude, if I knew what was going on with Vince Freeze, but I think right now he's going to be.
I would say Vince Freeze might win one.
But I just don't, dude. We don't know if he's got a concussion or not. That's why I'll lay back on that. I think Mosman's going to get one because, like I said, I think that. Well, I mean, his speed was good enough to win a 250 main last night. Like he held it long enough. Would have been a 250 main.
Yeah.
So I think that Mosman wins one, and I think Craig wins the other two. What happens in those ones that either guy doesn't win? I don't know, so I don't know who's going to win the overall, but I think Ando gets 2, Eli gets 1, Craig 2, Mosman 1. Kenny, no, I'm out on Kenny. Kenny's not even on my radar at this point.
Interesting.
He just hasn't proven anything. Like, take out A1 because he only won that race because Chase hit the ground.
Yeah. Bold move, Cotton. Bold move, but I can't argue it. I'm just going, as you said, we keep going off history. Last time we were at Glendale for a Triple Crown, Kenny swept it.
And if he does go out and sweep it, then that completely changes the narrative moving forward. But through the first 4 rounds, there's nothing that has shown me that he is capable of doing that.
Yep.
Especially if the, like, once again, I don't know what the track looks like. I have no idea.
I don't know either.
But, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. All right. Well, anything else, boys?
No, not really.
Not really. I just think that if Vince Friese isn't concussed out of his mind,
yes, I agree, Cole. I think if he's not concussed and he's totally fine and it was just stitches, I think he can win a main.
Yeah, I mean,
I really do. I really do.
Yep.
Just because we know that even if his speed's not there, his racecraft, like, he will know how to ride a wide enough bike to win a race.
Do we have any idea? Are the mains all going to be the same length or different ones?
I think they're going to be the same as they were the last time we did this.
So they'll all be different. So that, so definitely could see him. I don't know. Anyway.
At least the first one.
Yeah.
Because the first one's like 8 minutes?
6?
No,
eight,
6.
No, 8. No,
8
maybe
minutes.
it is 8.
I think it's 8 because
maybe it's 8, 10, 12 for
and then
what's it called?
10,
and then
12,
10, 12,
15.
15.
I got 2 things to touch on real quick.
All right,
Look
go
at
ahead.
my notes.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
I like Daniel in the booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too,
And
dude.
I like Osborne on track. I like that trio. Ricky, Carmichael, and Zach, and Daniel.
Zach did really well. I think he actually, I don't
like
know.
all 3 of them because him and Ricky were throwing points back and forth to each other, and then Daniel was there. Like, it was good.
Can we talk about his outfit though? Looking like he's going to church afterwards. Like, come on, bro.
I don't know if he's already thinking about this, but maybe after how well that round went, maybe this should be Zach's next line of where he's going.
Yeah, and I would be cool with it. He's way better than fucking Cole Seeley was.
Well, you also know who was really good? Colt was really good in the booth with Race Day Live with Dan Hubbard.
Yeah.
Colt, very, very well spoken, very articulate,
Yeah.
doesn't stumble over his words.
Yep.
Actually has some insight where he's just like, oh, yeah, doing the triple and then setting up for, like, he actually was able to break things down.
Yep.
Like, I want to see more of these guys, give them a chance to see what they can do in the booth if they are hurt.
Yeah.
I was honestly, though, really worried when Dan Hubbard was talking about a champion. I was thinking, fuck, it's Justin Cooper.
Get the fuck rid of Dan Hubbard. Jesus.
Yeah, well, we were just talking about him, but, like, I was really thinking, when he said 250 champion, I was like, Justin Cooper. I was like,
No, we need all the Dan Hubbard we can
wow,
get.
because he's all over Kevin. We were talking about this with Kev.
Dan Hubbard can get lost.
It's about the same as Lurch.
Oh, God. Lurch was terrible.
Was better.
Really?
He is better, but it's the same. Dude, get rid of Homeboy, though. Joseph, whatever his name is. Get rid of him. Get him out.
Oh, dude.
No,
Get him out.
He's awesome,
Get him out. Get him out, bro.
He's out
The
here
interview
riding.
with Craig, he was all pumped up with the interview with Craig.
Get him out, bro.
Craig is
I
like, I need your energy.
Yeah, I need some of your energy.
Look, bro, Ashley Raynard needs to get back from her, like, having kids and stuff, and she needs to get back because I'm sick of this dude.
Yeah.
And I will hate to say that.
But I liked it, though, because it brought out a side of Shane McElrath I've never seen before.
Dude,
Yeah, what's
Shane
up with his
was-
middle name?
I don't know. He was Moody.
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 Didn't know that.
Moody. I loved it. Like, he brought it out in Shane.
I will
did.
say this, though, and I hate to say this because I actually like her for various reasons, but not the reasons you're. We got to take Kristen Beat off TV.
What?
Why do you like her, Justin?
Why do I? What?
No, he doesn't like her. He wants her
No,
off TV.
I want her off TV. I think that she's not a TV person. She is an actual journalist. That is what she is good at. Like, she has fucking, like, what is it? Emmy nominations. Like, she's won an Emmy for shit like that or whatever the hell it's called. She's not good on TV, man. It looks like she freezes up every time, and I understand that she had to be in there because what's her name was off for whatever reason. She's not good on TV, man. Like, she looks where she just
Shut your whore mouth.
look, bro. I do not want to
shut
Shut your whore mouth.
I can't get out. I literally, every time her and Joseph get on TV, I just turn the volume down. I go to zero.
I can't believe you're hating on my boy Joseph.
Fuck that dude.
Love that
No,
guy.
I hate him. I don't
love
like him.
that guy.
I don't like him.
Bro, he
If you could-
brings the energy.
If you could tell him, I'm
We're
ready.
pumped.
You know what?
Woo! Yeah, buddy.
If you could tell me that we're gonna have Zacho and Colt doing all this stuff from here on out, I'd be like, get rid of the rest of them because I just want those dudes.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah,
we
over.
are here with the energy.
You know who would have looked at? You know if he was
Pumped
still
up
racing
with,
and he would have
pumped
just
up
looked
with
at
my boy
Joseph.
Shane McElrath, aka Mr. Moody.
You know who would have just looked at Joseph if he'd have brought that energy if he was still racing? Weston Pike. He'd just been like,
Oh, dude. Would have been awesome.
He just looked at him the whole time, just like, you fucking serious.
I don't know. I don't mind him.
I can't
like
stand him, dude.
He brings the energy. He
It's
rides.
different. It's different.
It's way different.
His takes are stupid.
I don't like
super
it at
fucking
first.
dumb
It's a
though.
little cringy, and like when his opening is cringy, but like in the middle of it, he kind of brings it back.
I'm glad he took the sunglasses off because it's like, bro, it was overcast.
the Pit Viper one. Dude, I was like, so Pit
Oh no,
Vipers
he
now.
was being like an Oakley ad guy there.
Is that what they were? Were Oakleys? I thought they were Pit Vipers, but I was watching on my phone, so I don't know.
Either way, get rid of him. Get Colt and Zacho in the booth more. Get him out.
Yeah, no, Colt's not coming in the booth more. Zach, I don't know.
No,
I
Colt's
think
definitely
Zach,
not,
Is
but-
Zach doing? I can't remember. I have to check it out this
He's
week.
training Jack Chambers, so he'll
Well,
be-
I know that, but I'm saying, is Zach doing all of them while Blair is in the booth?
Well, no, I don't think it had anything to do with Daniel. Him being. Are you talking about on Race Day Live or in the night show? I don't
both.
think the reason why I was on the night show is because what's her name was gone. The Australian chick that we always talk about.
No, she's not Australian. She's fucking
New Zealand?
No, she's
Kristen Beat was there.
Not
she's
Kristen
Brit-
Beat.
She's British.
She's not British, bro.
Yes, she is.
She's not British.
Yes, she is.
She may be. There's no way. Listen to her accent. There's no way
Yes,
she's British.
She is.
Do you have that facts?
Yes.
Show me. There's
I
no
don't
way
know
she's
who the
British.
fuck you guys are talking
Who
about.
is the girl? Who is the?
Fuck,
she-
I'm
she
blanking
came-
on her name
She came
right
out
now.
years ago. She's got the
Mia
accent.
Khalifa.
Jeez,
All right, we're gonna end
We're
this.
not talking about Justin's Pornhub fucking search history here.
We're gonna end this.
No, what? Hey, God, what the fuck is her name? Who
Is it
that?
Jenny?
No,
It's not Jenny.
God damn.
God, I miss Jenny
Who's
Taft.
who's the other?
I miss Jenny Taft.
Cole. Who's the other chick that's usually there?
She's always on for the night show, man. She literally always
I don't
opens.
know, dude.
Fuck does her name
I'm fucking blanking
know.
on this.
I'm so pissed.
because like I
don't know.
know who
Let's
she
wrap
is.
it up.
She's
Yeah, I see her
Hot.
face.
hot.
I miss Jenny Taft.
I see your face.
I miss Jenny Taft. I really do. I miss when she was a pit reporter for Supercross.
Bro, ask Justin about the playlist we were listening to on the way back from Home Depot.
All right, can we end the show?
Yeah, we can.
I
All
miss
right.
Jenny.
Why
I
are
miss-
you guys at Home Depot?
We're
We're
picking up
getting
insulation.
Insulation. More insulation for the other side of the shop because we're working on that today.
I miss Jenny Taft. What the fuck is her name?
I don't know.
I'm getting pissed.
All right, this has been episode number 188 of the Moto Aftermath Show, the most uninformed moto podcast on the interweb. Thanks to our sponsors, Energy Fuel, Premier Custom Trailers, TLR Coatings, Page Flip, hold on, Alias Sport, Dirt Bike Depot, JT Cycle, Adept Creative Co, Gutter Works, Isaac Nelson Design, Clutch Media, and Holester Co. Links in the description below. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, comment down below. We love to go back and forth,
Damn.
and we will see everyone next week on another show. Later.